Man, I need to reset some things. Cool. So, welcome to the Devious Dealing Group. Quick recap. They agreed to go and find an item for some possibly nefarious or just large and rich organization type thing. They got some water equipment. Were teleported to a location, went down, looted some of the ship parts, found a cave, and upon following the cave, found the item they were looking for, a rather large orb, seemingly being put in an altar of worship or something, around a lot of small fish people, while hovering above it the visage of the dragon's dead head that they passed on the way inside. So, that's fun. Go ahead and kick it off now.
I feel like there's an innuendo somewhere in that. I'm gonna stop.
I mean, if you tried, you can find it in most anything.
This is true.
Do you have a bone to pick with this fish head?
Is that Jackson now, or are you asking me?
I didn't lower my voice.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to pick a bone with it. I want to live.
So they're all kind of busy worshipping, I guess. Does not seem that they have noticed you yet.
Grab my compatriots and back them down the hallway slightly for the moment. Because I need to explain what these are.
Well, if you'll recall, you came up from a water pond puddle thing, and then just... Basically, there is no additional hallway unless you jump down in that again. It's just one big chamber.
Oh shit, so now we just gotta whisper unless we want to make a loud splash.
Yeah.
Alright, so to the group here. Just to be clear that we're all on the same page here. Those things are very powerful individuals, even if they are very stupid. We think they believe can become real, so there is a chance that they think that is something like a deity, and it kind of is now. So I would advise not blindly rushing in at it to get that orb right below it. That said, they are very notably stupid. That's not an insult, they just generally are. And they might be able to be tricked rather well. I do have a spell to let me communicate with them, but it will last an hour, so whatever we do come up with as a ruse should probably be very quick. Or relatively quick.
How big was the orb again, Eric?
The orb is pretty fucking big. I think it's around like a foot across.
You said like a cantaloupe or something like that last time, I think. Or a basketball, I guess, now. Either way.
Hey, could we, Thalen, could you potentially just turn invisible, shove it in a bag, and run like hell while he distracts them with something?
Maybe, but I don't really like that idea, if it's all the same. It'd be quite difficult with, you know, circumference and just...
Let's call it a fallback plan.
Okay.
I'd be more worried about the thing sitting on it, supposedly.
Yeah, also that. Don't entirely know if that's restrained to sight, or what it is exactly.
That's the fun, really fun portion of it. Due to their nature, it could be literally any of that. Depends on what they think it has to do.
So what are you gonna try to do? Just talk to them and convince them otherwise?
Hoping to we might be able to convince them the orb's not good for whatever it is. And if we can convince the fish people, the creatures should potentially warp with what they think. I don't have any guarantees here, unfortunately. Because a lot of what they do say is just what they believe, but I don't know how long that takes. If it's immediate, if it takes some time for the belief to settle in. I just have I know enough about them to know they're very interesting creatures, but now that we're dealing with them, might be a bit more dangerous.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and assume it's been settled in, gauging by how stable it looks like, if you've described it correctly.
No, I meant if we manage to convince them of new belief, how long the new portion would take to settle in.
Ah.
Who's that? Sanina? Either of you have any ideas?
Not really.
Well, what a blank.
To kind of survey the situation more, there are probably about 40 fish people.
Oh! So combat sounds like a no-go.
Who has a massive AoE?
That's not necessarily true.
It is necessarily true for me. We can only make one of us talk. For an hour.
How's the ceiling look above them?
This is... It's a cave. It's kind of like an indoor... Well, it's a cavern inside of a cave. So it's got a relatively high ceiling.
Okay. Is everything in here covered with the same glowy stuff?
In here, there's
is it-
less of that, possibly because of the light that the head is emitting.
Okay. But for like rooftop and farther walls, it
Yeah,
has a little bit of glow.
in the far distance, you can see that kind of stuff there, but anything that the glow from that thing would touch is not present.
Okay, but we have decent light.
Yeah.
All right.
So... one of us could go out and try to convince it. The others stay somewhat hidden in case things go very wrong. Or maybe have two people go out so if things do go wrong, it's just not all immediately spears tossed all at one person.
I can be the backup, but I'm not that great at talking.
Well, I can only make one person talk, so whoever would come out, one person would be talking and the other would just be, background muscle.
York, I have an idea.
I'm willing to listen and hear it out, of course. Let's see what it is.
Do you think you could convince them to just walk into your bag, like it's the realm of their gods or something?
Maybe, but I don't know how the actual god would take that they have formed. I don't know if it's smart enough to object. And it might be. It might not be.
The fish say the serpent dragon or whatever it is, that's head is definitely too big for the bag, right?
That don't fit.
Can I look at that for a second? Does it seem to be watching with any level of sentience? Or does it look like it's stupid like the rest of them is?
It looks like it's striking a pose and has not moved from the pose.
Has it been completely stationary this whole time?
The little, tendrils it has, because, weird little fish things around, the side of its mouth, those have been, ambiently moving the entire time, but overall, as a construct, it's just been stationary.
All right then.
Tendril things
But is it a
also
JoJo?
look pretty bad if they decide to be mean. Is it a JoJo-ass pose? It's only a head, so not really.
I was going to say that's possible. We have things like Dio.
But that requires Dio level Dio-ness.
Do you not want to Dio?
So we gotta turn this thing into a vampire first.
I think he's talking more personality, but I like where this is going. So unless anybody else has anything else, I only have one really dumb plan going forward. We have everybody wait in ambush in case things go wrong. Looking around, is there any place where somebody they could hide potentially to keep a track, or is it just here out of the way, basically?
Around the area, it looks like this place has pretty much been hollowed out for the sake of worshipping things. Along the sides, you might be able to find, like, a stalagmite or two that they simply couldn't get out of the way. But it covers sparse.
Cover is sparse. Fun. So they'd be here to that. How far away is the currently the godhead?
You guys are about 65 feet away.
So not outrageously far from it.
No.
Okay.
And on
I'm
that
really-
end is also the wall of the chamber.
Okay. I just wanted to check in case we needed to move. If one of us was out there, backup might be somewhat close.
Valen, if we have to grab shit and run, let me know so I can haste you.
Wait. We were talking about players. We forgot. I forgot we could do this. We could have the big guy to that, looking at the automatron. We can't stealth very well come out as my muscle. And the rest of you hide as well as you can. Because I feel like he'd be the hardest one to hide.
Why do you say that?
It's hard to remember we have an NPC of just that's just an automaton.
Big giant robot.
Scraping head against ceiling.
Not here.
So what do you think? I go out there and try to convince them it's bad for their god? Have him come out with me and all of you wait in backup in case something goes wrong?
I got nothing better.
You think that would work?
We'll watch your back.
I may have mentioned before, these things are dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds like the party just wants you to go at it, and they want to sit here and not be a part of whatever nonsense you're getting into.
Well, to be
We'll
honest,
watch from a safe
because-
distance.
Ah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because then they're here in case something goes wrong. They can come in and help me. Because they're very stupid, so it might go really right. Or it might go really wrong.
Well, good luck for your quest in your quest for godhood.
I don't want godhood, I wish to survive and approach with godhood.
Anyone got anything inspiring to say to him?
Don't die.
Don't die.
Fate sealed.
Not the hint I was going for.
Oh
Whatever.
my god. I'm just gonna get pincushioned with like 36 spears immediately, and it's gonna be game over for Yorick.
It's fine, Matt. You can build a character quick before the end of the session.
They stab you to death. Feed you to the god.
We laugh, but that's a possible outcome here.
Just as soon as I see him.
Well, sprucing myself up. Mentally preparing myself. Churn to him and just churn to 17 here. 'Cause I'm not going to be able to remember that name on the fly every time. The full name every time. 17. So, we're going to walk out there. I'm going to make myself look a little different. You are to look imposing. Don't attack unless they initiate hostilities first, please. Or I tell you to attack.
17B will not.
I'm going to use disguise self, make myself look like a fine, upstanding fish person that's lordly tall and very finely dressed.
So you coming in as like a Sahagin or like a big Kuatoa?
Like a big Kuatoa with toga.
Okay. Because if you came in there as a Sahagin,
I was about to get pincushion.
you were about to become very dead.
So come in like that, have like that, the toga, maybe have like a few little tendrils off the back of the head for hair.
Okay.
Some nice, pretty scale collars. What color are these guys usually for the most part right now?
Traditionally pinkish purpley.
Pinkish purpley? I should go with a pinkish purpley as well, just to relate to them maybe a little bit better. But make it like a more...
Royal shade.
Purple. Yeah, clandestine, royal shade, pinkish purple.
Oh yes, purple, the
Take-
color of loyalty.
Take a few moments to breathe to myself, just... You got this.
Did you
And
take
start walking
color
out.
Theory too?
Huh?
Did you take color theory too?
Nope. Or are you asking Eric?
You.
Me?
Purple's a very royal color.
I mainly just looked at them and what they had.
That's a pretty well-known fact, actually.
Purple is known for kings.
Yep. But there's so many things that have purple on them that are royalty. Dun dun dun.
I like it in the Egyptian culture. Purple was such a big thing, just because it was very uncommon for anyone but royals to have.
Not as big as the color black.
Alright, we gotta kill Matt. Let's go.
Fuck you! No, don't do
Fuck
that!
him.
Don't say that!
So, down with the king? Got it.
I'm not a king!
Fuck them snails. Let's go get some purple.
Oh, fuck. And I start to walk out there with my friend, who I can't disguise. And oh wait, before I walk out, I will cast tongues on myself. So
Okay.
it is also ready.
Alrighty. So the rest of the group, you kind of sink your way back into the cave. Just, distancing yourself from this guy. And Yorick, you proceed forward with 17B stepping behind you, reverberating around the walls of the area. As you get closer, some of the ones in the back, they look over at you and then they start a cry of, "Oh hey, there's a guy. He's really tall."
You've like the what do you call it? Like the celebrity light wave, like the Pope wave.
But that travels around and then now they're all staring at a really tall guy.
I had a plan. I had a thing, and now it's just fleeing me.
Tall guy must be important though. Tall guy tall.
Tall guy is very tall. How tall are these fish guys? Like what, 2 or 3 feet tall normally?
They average around 3-ish, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like what, 6 something? I'm almost 7. Good to know.
Really tall guy.
Let's just walk out and greetings, mortal Kuatoans.
Do you use the
I have
term
been-
mortal?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
Terrible opening,
yes.
but it's okay. It
Yes,
fits.
keep going.
I
You
know,
have
it's
high hopes,
great.
means-
It's wonderful.
I don't have high hopes for you, man.
Ouch.
I got a silver that the king dies.
Why is everybody calling me a king? I'm not.
Says you.
Let the God King speak.
I, but a humble servant, sent by a divinity to check and see if the environment for the newborn, and gesturing over at the deity head thing, is it a safe and prosperous environment.
One of them will kind of pipe up. I mean, yeah. Look.
I mean, he looks dazzling, wonderful. Do you mind if I just take a brief moment to look around? We can make sure he's living healthy. I mean, you wouldn't want that which you worship having any negative or malintent things around it, would you?
I don't know what this guy's talking about, but, like, I don't really care. And then that one goes back to worshipping. And then you see a few of them also do the same thing.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna make a
One
bit of a
thing,
show.
really dumb. What do? Break out the 3-syllable words.
I know. I know. It's part of it. Give like a light bit of bow to the creature. Don't want to be disrespectful. That's how you get shanked.
Some of them are still staring at you like, who the fuck is this alien fuck?
I'm one of them. What are you talking about?
Why are you so tall?
Status. The taller you are, the more important you are.
They were not taught this.
I imagine like he says that out loud, and there's a couple that like there's one that's slightly taller than the rest, and they just perk up like, yes, I am. I should be the ruler.
I am very important, yes.
If they had asked, that's
Yes.
what came out. I'm not kidding. If that's what they asked, that's what came out. This is just a bad situation. Nervousness hits.
Yes.
Just take a minute to look around.
Worship me, idiots.
Look at it. Start to look at the orb some. Make a show of staring at it a bit more than just and gasp with my hand up to like the heart like something startled me.
About half of them just do not care. The other half are just staring at you confused.
Wherever did you find that? And he points at the orb. Not the creature, the orb.
The god gave it to us, and then it died, and then it came back through the orb. So now it's there, and it protects.
Ah, hail the orb.
All hail.
Fuck. That's just in Yorick's head of fuck. It came from the egg.
The orb is an egg.
Might I ask, how long has it been since the god was born from its new orb? Born again from the orb.
I think I slept like 5 times, maybe. Maybe more.
Slept like 5 times. Well, what do you know about the growth stages of a god? I must ask.
Ah,
Huh?
You see, when they're born, they need that little egg, that little orb, for a little bit, just so they can get bigger and stronger. But after so long, they keep it. It starts to hurt them.
but we really like the orb, and they haven't told us to get rid of it.
Well, has anybody informed them of how it's growing? If they're reborn again, they might just not remember yet.
But it's supposed to know these things.
It's supposed to, and it comes with time, but sometimes it takes time. It was, as you said, just born again recently. Do you know did you remember everything when you were born?
I'm not a god.
And you know, that's correct. Otherwise, they'd be worshipping you.
Wait, if I die with the orb nearby, then maybe.
Look, I suppose it's possible that the orb could pass on some level of divinity.
One of the Kuatoa runs over to the orb, impales itself upon its own spear, and dies. You see the godhead increase in size.
That's about what I was worried about.
Oh,
The god, water the god.
noticing this, several others begin to form a line.
If you guys could see through York's disguise, it's just the look of panic of, oh god, this is what I feared would happen.
don't know why you're upset. This seems like a good thing.
Just wait. Try to stop all of them. Don't everybody do it. Because then he loses his worshippers.
There's a pile of about 15 dead bodies.
But if dead, worship forever.
I just imagine him saying that one, just slowly driving a spear into it. It's like, what?
How many of them are left? You said about 30 to 40 earlier?
Yeah, and now
A little
there's
over half,
only about 25-ish.
25-ish.
One just has the spear at the ready to its neck, looking at you.
24-ish.
Did it just do it slowly? just to
Out
spite
of
me?
spite, just eye contact.
They have gone to live with the god.
That is mildly traumatizing.
And it has increased and grown more strong from their sacrifice.
It has. That's the problem that scares me.
Wait, you're tall. Maybe you can count as 2 for it.
Oh,
Big sacrifice.
I don't think
Big
it counts
sacrifice.
anymore. I give myself. Shut the fuck up.
Please,
You're
please let
killing
us be the slightly taller one that's saying this. The natural born leader. He speaks.
No, my sacrifice won't count anymore. I already sacrificed myself for once, and now I live and wander in servitude of the others.
But you're not all glowy.
Well, no, they had to give me a shell so I could walk amongst you.
Ah,
Die and be reborn.
exactly. Voice in me head.
Even taller.
Do you want me to make character number 5?
I'm sorry.
Because this is where it's headed.
I really just want to be one of these people.
We all are. We're secretly all. We're gonna be like the last 5 that we have to fight. Like, yes, go for him.
Could I?
Can you?
I'm curious. This is a terrible idea, of course. Would I be able to use message subtly without one of them noticing me? Without them noticing it?
He's stupid.
They stupid
hide
and a
it
little
like
bit
a-
distracted with their,
Yeah.
They're
suicide.
killing themselves, man. Just
I wanna just whisper in one's head. I know it's gonna probably get it dead. It's just gonna be try to whisper it and pretend I'm its god speaking in its head, just take the orb.
hear me out. What if you just let them all die? What if you just let them all kill themselves?
If we have one souped up god.
The slightly taller one is slowly walking towards Matt. And he has a spear in his hand. He's just
I'm
like,
genuinely hoping this lets me know A, what happens if one touches the orb, and B, distracts the other people from sacrificing me.
Make a deception or persuasion check.
Matt, I have a question.
I think you'll be fine.
Are you telling this to the slightly taller one?
Fuck it, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see what he does.
Tall one, natural born
Do I have
leader.
advantage because they're stupid?
No, but the DC's so low that I don't think you need to be asking me any questions and just tell me a number.
22.
rolls
All right.
It rolls below it.
Tall one, natural born leader. Of course.
Remember,
he's going
I'm
to
the
do
man
it.
who missed 4 attacks in a row of something that had an AC of 6.
Just
Eric.
tell me numbers.
22.
Okay. 22? Right. You see one of them go over toward the suicide pile, but instead of impaling themselves upon their spear like their brothers and sisters and fish them, they reach forward and touch the orb, and then one of the little whippy tentacly things on the head thing just kind of arcs toward it, shoots out a bolt of lightning, and it is immediately disintegrated.
He touched orb. God grows stronger.
And like a yes.
Sacrifice.
I want the tall one to just scream, "God is talking to me!"
I want God to smiteth me.
Let us all be reborn as gods.
Let us all be smited by God.
So this
Okay,
really
right,
sounds
I
like
don't-
Max and Rain need to run something with Kuatoa in it.
I kind of want to see if I can convince a god, but I'm not sure if I can lie to a god. Would I know that? Would it, like, it's divine, it's a deity? Would it be able to just look at me and tell I'm bullshit?
I don't know.
Goddess has spightened.
Oh, fuck.
It shall spighten again.
Will we fight a bunch of little weak guys, or we fight one really big guy if this fucks up?
So, Matt, what I'm hearing is we should all touch the orb.
Yes.
Touch the orb!
Touch the orb. Be smited by God, become God.
Be one with God! Be
They're now
strong,
killing
God.
themselves a different way.
I'll just line up to touch the orb.
I'm just passively aware that those two aren't actually there, and these things aren't really being said.
Aw.
Shame.
I know.
You could have gone along.
I would be one.
Thankfully. You guys want me dead, it feels like.
You're
No,
the
it's
one
just-
that started
It's
all
just
this.
really fun to be these villagers.
Max would have enjoyed the kobolds.
I want
Can
to touch
I-
with God.
Can I approach the deity figure? Because the Kuatoa are just so stupid it just goes in circles.
You should give it an offering.
You may walk closer toward and bask in its greatness.
Give it a bit of a bow. Sign of respectful is respect.
Good thing you touch it.
No. I'm not touching the fucking orb.
Ask to touch the orb.
Not a true believer.
Maybe if you ask really nicely, he won't smite at thee. That's what was missing. They didn't ask. They just touched it. You don't touch something without asking.
Hey Matt, what you doing?
God.
Well, every time I go to speak, I get interrupted. I just pause and lose my train of thought.
I don't know if this is how you wanted it to go, but there are less Kuatoa now than there were before.
Well, it wasn't exactly the plan, but it might work.
You actually
Just
see,
approach it. Get it. Okay.
you see a couple of them start to get up and go toward the dead bodies and begin to kind of pile them elsewhere.
Eat good tonight. Eat flesh of God. Ooh.
Max, run something and put some Kuatoa in it. This will give you what you need. What is Matt doing?
Plan. I had a thought, and I guess I just killed that thought with eat flesh of God. I have no idea what my fucking plan was now. Oh shit.
I'm so you're gonna convince the God.
Well, yeah, that doesn't help. That was part of it. I had a whole plan. I had a thought process. No, I don't know what it was.
I'm sorry.
Just walk up to it. Oh, great one.
Does not move.
Huh?
It does not respond.
Does it?
It continues to pose.
Does it look like it at least notices me, or is it just genuinely bleh?
I'll be real here, the eyes look a little dead, but you don't know exactly why. It could be because that's how they looked whenever they found the decapitated head of the dragon, and then that's just the way it looks forever now.
I have been sent down to check to make sure your domain of divinity was healthy and satisfying for you. And part of that involves approaching you once your birth source has served its purpose and will continue to harm you instead of help you. Might I beg of you for the allowance of helping you relieve that burden?
The shiny rock is mine, and I enjoy it.
Even if it's going to hurt you?
It's my shiny rock.
Oh my god, it's every bit as stupid as they are.
Well, yeah, it was made by a bunch of idiots.
was hoping it was smarter. It's a god.
It's smarter than they are, maybe, or at least speaks with more bass in its voice.
Yeah, there you go. That's the sign of intelligence. You like the shiny rock. I can quite understand that. The shiny rocks are quite delectable.
Give me a shot.
I don't have a vision.
Illusion, shiny rock.
What if... At my inventory, it's pitiful.
You may
Okay,
praise me as you wish. Bow down in adherence. I know big words too.
I give him a bow. Tell me, how is the meals down here, the food? Do you eat well?
Passing.
What if I traded you for the shiny rock which will hurt you for something that will make your food taste much, much better? Much more delectable.
Give some salt.
I quite like the rock and know that food is ultimately not really the thing I need.
But then you eat it for pleasure, and this will make it better and therefore increase the pleasure.
That is what they are for. They bring new subjects for which to feed.
Yes, but you can make your subjects
Nom,
taste
nom, nom.
better. In return for something that is hurting you and just overall not as useful. I feel like this is just gonna keep going.
Rock. Pretty.
Damn it. What if I showed you what the rock would slowly do to you over time? Perhaps, at least as it has happened before. Would that mayhap sway you to let go of that which harms you?
Do you bring to my chambers a second god?
No, no, no. Merely a recording or a tale of what happened to ones before who held on too long to something that hurt them.
So you bring words in attempt to take my shiny stone.
I've offered at least some trade. I can never offer something as glorious as you to potential.
Obviously.
It is an attempt. So I say you.
You may speak, but I will likely not give away my shiny rock. It brought me back from the gone times.
But if you hold on too long, it'll take you back to the gone times.
But it brings back from the gone.
Maybe only once. And you've already come back. Can I not roll anything? Is this just me talking to it in circles? Because that's not as persuasive as Yorick.
It's too stupid to be persuaded.
It kind of is.
But I've tried to use it.
We have real life examples. You can't do it.
What if we took the shiny rock to make it into a better shiny rock, a new glorious mantle for you to hold? It no longer would hurt you,
But then rock would be left, or leave.
but it would come back
Better.
better,
For you.
shinier.
Only the best for the god.
Are you trying to get yourself noticed here, man?
No,
Alright.
I'm just talking to myself. I do not have a costume.
Comes in as like just budget cosplay fish person.
Just walking in the water, grab a fish, cut the head off, and set it on with like string, holding it on top of her head.
Wait, Max. Oh, wait, Max didn't get to see the shark costume thing. That's in the other chat. Here you go, Max.
What's his
Here you
response
go, Max and Rain.
to the offer of a better, shinier rock that'll be coming back?
Very well, bring your rock here and I will look at it.
But it would require me making that rock better. I thought you wanted that rock.
I like this rock.
That's what I'm saying.
It's really
That's
good.
the intent, though, is to make that rock better. So it's the rock you like. But it won't hurt you, and it'll help you in your gloriousness.
But I like it now.
Do you want it better and shinier? Much shinier.
We take this rock, we polish this rock, make rock look.
If you keep talking, you're gonna make him notice you guys.
I'm sorry.
But the sacrifice of my servants has already made it shinier. Just bring in more servants. Or have the servants bring in more things. Yes, that's smarter.
How is it so stupid to understand persuasion, but smart enough to understand basic mathematics?
As with all things that are truly stupid, it is
Jimmy.
inconsistent as hell.
I'm trying to do something, but the short answer seems to be fuck you. God damn it.
It doesn't want to give away the shiny rock.
Just take him.
You get
Just
no-
grab and run.
You get no roll for that.
It's difficult. I'm trying to play a character that's more charismatic than me, Eric. Oh, shit. How shiny? Like, and I'm just gonna start, like, moving a little bit of the area and, like, just start to make a shinier image. With, like, rainbows dancing in it or something.
Dragon kills, dragon kills.
Additional
Hey,
colors.
Eric. What do we hear out of this? Just sitting over there hiding.
Well, you hear
Is
my
it-
side of it.
No, but like, what are we hearing? Like, are we just hearing like globfish speak noises?
Oh, absolutely. Except for Yorick, who's talking in common.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. Tongues is an automatic understanding thing. We actually get to understand what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah. What was he responding to the rock before things got interrupted there?
Colors.
This is what we could do if you let us take it in return with this improved rock. Improve your rock to shinier with more colors.
Colors are nice. The only thing wrong with rock, it only has one.
Exactly. We could add many. Infinite, even.
But who is we? You and your large friend.
No, I'm but a humble servant. I would take it to those who are of enough magnitude and power to make such a change.
You would take rock to powerful people group. They would take rock.
They would not take rock. They, much like me, are a servant, but of a different skill set. They're just more powerful than me due to their skill set.
I will make bargain. Bring me some of them as proof that rock will not be stolen from me. And you may borrow. And we will not eat them.
would they have to stay here for the duration? Could
Yes.
they come with us to help? Because we would need their assistance helping.
No. It is fine. Simply find their wives and children. Surely nothing that matters to them. Or things that matter to them, but will not help in the process.
I hate how inconsistently stupid and smart this thing is. I'm trying to think if I have anything for that.
Hey, you've made progress. They might give you the rock.
I've made progress, but it takes a minute. It's been taking a minute. Did it look like he saw through the illusion, or did he see the illusion as a stone?
Define?
Like, I mean, did he know it as an obvious fake image, or it's smart and stupid at the same time? I don't know if it can just
I
automatically.
think
see it.
that you could tell that it could tell that you were showing it pretty colors and a potential, but it didn't think you were holding a real rock.
Okay. Start.
I should know. As you have been getting closer to this, like, big orb thing, you do feel a slight, like, something from it. Like, there's some tangible effect whenever you're near it.
Don't suppose I have anything to recognize what that is.
It's nothing, like, bad. Think of it as, like, the weakest variation of a charm. Just like a semi-soothing presence.
It's like a subtle, this is okay kind of feel.
Yeah.
My precious.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, I like having this thing around me.
Hold on, let me see if I can shuffle around in there. I may be able to have them send me something. Hold on. And he'll step back away from him for a brief moment, so it makes it look like it step out to the side a bit and make gestures like he's communicating with something or the like.
Okay.
Letting it do something and then just poof, and hide it with a silent image if I can. Just the fact that he's pulling out a plate and make it look like it just appears in his hand, the fancy plate I had from before.
Okay.
This is gonna go terribly. And re-approach him, holding the fancy plate. By the way, just a quick question. How fancy is this plate? You just described it as fancy plate last time.
It's quite fancy.
Quite fancy. If I use
Is it shiny?
to affect the color. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Can I use prestidigitation to affect it and make it look fancier and more multicolored and bright? And
You
shiny?
can make it refract light that isn't really there, sure, if you want.
Because, well, I mean, this lasts an hour, and I'm hoping that's enough time to run after this is over. An approach holding that plate. Having spoken to them, we found this, and hoping we can offer this glorious disc that came from one of their own holdings as a potential collateral as a potential trade for the moment for your shiny rock, something else shiny to bask in.
Disc is not shiny rock. Disc is very pretty.
But it is shiny and made of a rock.
But it's
It's just a different
flat.
shape of rock. It is
do
flat,
not
but
like
it's a
it.
different kind of rock. Motherfucker. That's in my head, sorry. God. Can I not roll anything for this?
Persuading things really isn't like a just roll dice and it's fine, because that's way too gamey for me.
Well, I know, but I'm asking as an offer because I've had different things where I've offered things and it's just no. That's why I'm asking as Matt, so I know what I'm preparing myself to do.
But you have shiny lava rock.
I know. That's why I'm asking what I'm preparing myself to do. if I just need to constantly have the argument, or if I can roll. I don't know. That's where I'm confused. And I am asking, so I know what to do.
Do we even have anything that we could give this thing?
Not really. Across the board.
Yeah. That's...
What about the serpent teeth?
It did say it wanted some people.
I know, but I don't want to give it people.
What if we lure the other people there?
Alright. Who can cast Double Team? Let's send in a whole bunch of clones.
No one.
Cast mirror images, they have to stay near me, I think.
Bring forth Pokemon.
The problem is if we go and fetch all of those people, my spell for speaking to them would have worn off by then.
True. Also,
Or what you do is you go, collect the people, and you come back, but you are not disguised anymore, and you simply inform them that you had to change how you look to convince the people to come.
Yeah, but the spell I'm referring to is the spell that lets me talk to them.
Oh, I'm thinking of like a disguise.
No, the disguise I can cast again. I have a limited time on my spell for speak.
Also, York's good for now. He's not really trying to sacrifice people.
Yeah, like me right here, right now, I'm not in immediate danger. I'm just trying to find anything I can do besides, fuck off. Here's these my party members. And everything has been shot down.
You offer to me this flat rock and the assurance of some of the creators. Very well, travel takes time. You may have a few days, return, and then you may borrow my orb.
Okay. I'm just trying to look and see if I have anything I can do. There's literally nothing else I can do.
what if
Everything has been
Sanine
shot
speaks
down.
to some fish and pretends that those fish are the creators?
Well, the problem is you have to be able to speak to the fish.
I have speak with animal.
They're not animals.
Fish
Like
are
fish or
animals?
animals.
Fish are animals!
Do they fish people here?
No, I'm talking about fish! Just normal fish!
Max, you're thinking outside the box. You may actually have a solution. Maybe you should have gone.
I was going to say, we could try it. Walk back over and inform them of just slightly out of the way of just, alright, so we need to offer them some people to stay.
Fuck these fish.
Alright,
They're
we
not
said
real
speak with
fish.
animals. I thought you
Not
were
real
talking about the fish
animals.
people.
No, I'm talking about actual fish. I'm going to go talk to actual fish, tell them to go with you, and you can say these fish created it.
We all know fish are not real animals.
Shut up.
And just give them the quick rundown of what's happening there, what the deal is. And hopefully we can get back within the hour so I can talk to them. Or come back in, I guess, tomorrow if we have to, because we do have air chambers.
Can Sanine go and find a fish? A couple fish? Like 2 fish?
Put your head into the water of the cave. Behold, fish.
Speak with animal. Hello, fish.
I'm the one who has to do
Blow, blow.
Blow, blow.
Right, okay. I need to find the fish gear inside my brain. It's different from the Kuatoa gear, in that it's a lot worse.
He just comes back on the microphone. Names.
Yes!
Fish?
Yes. I am fish.
Hello, fish.
Fish.
You and your buddies.
fish.
You fish. All 3 fish. Yes?
Fish.
Follow him.
Hmm.
Fish.
I will give fish food.
Hmm.
I will give worm
Fish.
if you follow him and
Fish
stay with giant serpent for 3 days. Get all worms you want.
Now, are you absolutely lying about the worms and staying in everything? Because I feel like you are.
They're stupid.
Deception check. They're fish. Don't roll that one.
They see no fish. They see no worm.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Good God. For the fish.
I agree with her proposal. Where you
Yeah.
learn that word. You-
Proposal.
You have a small amount of fish now that are just go where you go. They'll do what you want.
Yeah. Follow him, and she's going to point at Yorick.
I'll have to carry them. Because
Let him carry you, and you stay with the serpent for 3 days. You created shiny rock. And gives thumbs up.
We make rock shiny.
Yes.
are these decent sized fish?
Relatively.
Okay.
And you don't have
I
like
love
a
the
bowl,
thumbs up,
so they're
like,
probably
"Oh,
just
you
gonna
got this."
flop and die.
If he asks you any questions, you make rock shiny. Wink.
It stops and kinda, you'd think its fish brain almost has a gear turning,
Yeah.
but then it just goes, yes.
Now.
No. Okay.
Now. What do you do?
Swim. No, idiot. Make rock shiny. Yes. Make rock shiny.
Yes.
Now, Eric, this is where I remind you: fish take a long time to actually die out of water.
Yeah,
For whatever's about to
I'm
happen.
aware. Still, it's just a matter of suffocating.
One of them's actually gonna accidentally just gonna flop into the rock and electrocute itself.
That's fine.
And come back once she gives me the fish.
It
And
was fish.
reapproach the big guy, the big dragon, the big head.
I shall be honest. Not what I expected.
People have odd tastes in wives.
Carry on.
You said fetch them with what they consider important, like their wives and the shiny plate,
Carry on.
as potential trade in temporarily for your rock.
Allow me to question these to ensure that you are not trying to trick me.
I wish to offer a reminder. You look down like I'm like trying not to offend them and lean and whisper of, they weren't chosen for how bright they were.
I'm
Fish tried
counting
sex
on it.
pose. Fish big
Matt,
lashes blink.
Battle of the negatives.
Matt,
Insight check versus persuasion check.
Matt, quickly, give the fish an inspiration die.
Do it.
Would you like to wink at it?
I'll
And
wink
impart
at it.
inspiration. What's your inspiration
I'll
die?
wink at it. Inspiration die. It's a D8 at this level, actually. D8.
Alright.
Yeah.
My last inspiration die for the day.
You see one of the fish begin to falter. A look of what you could almost call fear dancing across its glazy fish eye. And then suddenly it vanishes and seems to be resolved. And then
It
you
make rock shiny.
once again hear the Godhead say, well, I'm confused. These things say that they're the makers of things. Did you bring me them instead?
Looked at him. It's what we tell them so they keep happy.
So they're not the powerful creators, they are simply
my head, no.
used to this.
They're simply wives.
Of your side, they're the wives you asked for.
Well, I would have been happier with the creators.
You said wives.
I'm merely following what you had requested. I had brought their wives. And I have the shiny plate still, and still the shiny one.
Yes, I know, but sometimes I like surprises, and that would have been nice.
I will keep that in mind for any visits next.
Well, yeah, whatever you return the rock.
Exactly. But I mean that and more.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, if I ever have to come...
Yes, return and pay tribute and adherence as should be, yes, I understand.
Exactly. Just one such as highly praised as yourself.
Very well, set them upon the altar and you may take off the stone.
I set them on the altar,
They begin flopping around
Aye.
like fish who are out of water.
gently take the stone like he asks. I bow, and I say as before, with a few days' travel, and then we will return with your new, shiniest rock.
And then you skitter the fuck away.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then I scare the fuck away, grab them, and go, okay, as I come back with the stone, I'm like, okay, we got a few days to get them. We had a few days to get back with a shinier rock. Now let's go. I don't want to say any more in case he can hear this far. That's Matt, Yorick.
Alright, back into the water then.
Let's go.
Hey, Valen, you want to hide the shiny rock?
Yeah, probably, that'd be wise.
That'd be great. That way
Because, you
nobody
know, there are people out there who would probably kill us if they saw us heading toward the boat with it.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Put orb into bag with great effort.
I believe this is time to move quickly.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been?
Since...
We drank our water potion.
Not 8 hours. You might want to re-up it, but it hasn't been 8 hours. I think it's probably been like 4 to 5. Yorin just spent like 40 minutes talking to a godhead, so that was fun.
I was panicking the whole time. Oh, mark off shiny plate.
So, we gotta refine that chain to get up to the boat.
We do.
Or the shoreline.
I feel like the chain might be the best bet. But then again, I don't know if we can climb up the sidewall of the river. But we could always try if we couldn't find the chain.
Are
As
you
we're
guys going back into the room that you saw had a lot of loot in it? Or are you just leaving it all there? Aside from what you got last time.
Alright, just gonna stop as we go through. It's like, alright, we convinced them that there's a lot of boxes and treasures and loot up there. Do we actually want to take a minute to look? Or do you think we've pushed our luck and need to move?
Hmm. Can that thing even come after us?
I'm convinced it can, but I can't say it can't.
Can I just say how proud I am of myself?
Yeah, that was a good one.
And you said talking to animals was useless.
I never.
No, he
once
said fish
that.
weren't animals.
I said the fish people weren't animals because I thought that's what you were referring to.
No, I'm not.
Listen, vegans can eat fish because they're not animals. Sorry, vegetarians.
That's what I'm hearing. Like, it's fine. They're not real animals.
Okay.
What face is Matt Mason?
What?
Never mind.
Matt has a normal face on. This is nothing out of the ordinary with conversation with you guys.
How quickly can you get the shit up there?
Well, the question is getting up with everybody right now. Or do you mean how quickly can I get what's up there? You pointed up in the loot room.
Yeah, how quickly can you take the shit?
Well, if we take Valen with his bag, we can get a lot of it pretty quickly, I feel like. Valen, how much do you have left in your bag? For room?
I kind of hold up the bag, shake it a bit, shrug.
Okay.
He can lose a few daggers if he needs to.
I mean, if we want, we can make a desperate one for a few things, but I don't want to push it for too long and have an angry godling after us.
So just you and Valen up there, very quickly
Shoveling.
looting every semi-small item.
I think so.
Okay.
And then running back quickly, and we're getting the fuck out of this cave.
All
At
right.
least that's my plan.
You two just up there, and then just dash, running over there, grabbing a whole bunch of things, shoving it into the back.
This is just luck. I don't even think this is search. I think this is just luck.
Basically. Okie dokie. And then you go to exit the cave.
Yep.
Okay. You start to come back up. It looks like in the time you spent talking, some of the mud and stuff is kind of resettled over the entrance, so you have to dig it out again.
Okay. That's fair.
Diggy diggy.
But
Move ass.
Oh.
then you are back in the plateau with the big dead dragon thing that you guys covered up with mud so nobody else saw it.
Yep.
Trident tree light.
There is light.
So, what do you think would happen if I sent people this way?
They will probably die to that thing there.
You hear a thunderous noise reverberating throughout the water.
We should skedaddle.
Yeah. We should. But they've been killing all of them. Wouldn't it be worth giving them a little bit of something? Maybe?
They've been killing all of them.
Or, I mean, we either give them sacrifices to convince us we were doing the right thing, or they get rid of the problem. We don't have to worry about it.
Maybe if we find some of those guys that look really confident, that knew what they're doing.
Yeah, but they might not believe us or listen to us. But I see your point. Just pause. What are the chances of this comes back to bite us in the ass, you think? This is to anybody in the group, by the way?
Those fish were trained very well.
Or do you think they might just
They are
forget?
giving their life for the cause as we speak.
They are. I think you'll be fine.
Valen, you might want to hide that bag on you better, though. I don't know how well it's hidden right now, but you might want to hide it on you pretty well.
What if we just tell anyone we pass by that there's some things over there that seems like we can't take care of it?
If there's some wreckage we couldn't approach, we didn't think we could make it through the things.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it lying if I don't think we could make it through the god head thing?
Technically, no, but I feel like it might be a lie of meaning.
I'm good at those.
Technically, it's not a lie, but there's obviously some issues.
You hear another thunderous reverberation.
I think we should just start looking for the chain right now.
No. I assume we've been walking and talking and just go.
Oh yeah, I did too. Just to the rest of everybody here, we should probably be looking for the chain right now. Sidine, good job with the fish. Very good job with the fish.
It's really dark. It's really muddy. It's really currenty. Does anybody have something to make it to where they do not need to make checks to find things again?
I'm trying to see if I have any.
I have a trident with some light.
Yes. I don't know, somebody might have like Outlander or Keen Mind or some bullshit to where I don't need to see if you guys get a little bit lost.
I have the noble background.
Smart. You got an extra language.
I'm trying to find where my background is.
I don't. Oh shit! I was hoping I had.
Oh, I have Far Traveler.
What does that mean?
Don't think that gives you anything for searching. That just makes you intriguing to normal people.
I thought you said Far Traveler.
Far Traveler, I think, makes you like people more intrigued with you because you obviously have come from a long way.
But you should have like a description of some kind. Is that part of like the Outlander background or something?
Far Traveler is its own little thing.
Okay.
Wow.
When you said
Far
Outlander,
Traveler's
I heard Far Traveler, so my bad.
Yeah, no, yeah. Far Traveler and Outlander are 2 different backgrounds. There were 2 different features.
If only we had a
I know,
ranger.
but like in my head, I heard it wrong.
Okie dokie then. For
York
the
is
sake of it.
breathing. They're not happy right now, by the way. Just like, I'm not dead.
For the sake of it, whoever wants to helm, go ahead and make a survival check.
No.
I mean,
Is anybody
I have
particularly
no
good?
No.
Do I have the
same
best
thing as
spread?
same
Probably.
thing we've been doing. Give York advantage.
Probably.
Okay. Jack of all trades is really bullshit sometimes. Thank God for the fucking advantage. 20 total.
20 total. Okay. You're making your way back. You hear an increase in the number of thunderous instances. And as you're coming back, the sound of violence is over on your left. You look that way. It looks like a group has happened upon a giant shrimp of some sort, and it's just punching them into meaty bits.
Are there like large implosions as it punches them?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm noping out of that. That's a ways off.
Turn light
right?
off.
You just see an adventurer over there try to like stab it, and then it just and then there's just mist.
Right.
Turn light off.
Where did that thing go? I am memorizing that creature for a possible 7th level spell.
The power of the
That's-
giant mantis shrimp.
4th level.
Don't know what that thing was.
Memorizing the giant
Oh,
man.
fuck.
I'm writing that in my notes so I know about it.
Punching things into infinity.
It's the one that fried the. It's the one that was house frying the rice.
I'm actually writing a note for that one so I could check it out later. Something maybe.
Well, I mean, you don't know if it's a beast or a monstrosity. Yeah, I know
I
you're
know,
looking at
but-
7th level, but maybe it's 4th.
Huh?
No, he's talking about his own spell.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's worth keeping in mind just in case. You know how cool it'd be to just turn into a shrimp on somebody?
Big shrimp.
And just wallop them?
Tiny shrimp, not as impressive. Still hurt, not as impressive.
Big shrimp. Big shrimp, though. Anyways, yep, just committing that to memory as I pass by.
Okay.
And I think he said we're shutting the light off and using everything around us to keep going. We don't want it coming after us.
Okie dokie. Continuing to travel toward the chain, you actually hear an increase in the number of thunderous whatever's happening around you guys. And assuming that you quicken your pace a bit, since you did not get lost. What?
Yeah. Just a curious thought to heads up towards them. I don't know if the bag insulates it, but keep in mind that we apparently attract those things while we hold it.
I know, if it wasn't in the bag, this would have been your encounter.
I was figuring, but I was reminding them just in case to keep an eye out, basically.
Bag of holdings are the road we were pocket dimension stuff. It's
I'm
probably
aware, but I'm kind of aware, but I'm tossing out the thought. To just keep a bit of an eye out as we go.
Getting closer, it looks like someone has just planted a light on the chain location so that people could find it later. Like
Oh, that
a
was
good
nice.
Samaritan might.
I don't trust it. None of the gnomes are good Samaritans.
But it wasn't only gnomes here. Thankfully.
Heading up the chain.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was, sorry, but that was part of what we were
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's not only gnomes, but it is only mercenaries and people returning quickly from a shipwreck is. Maybe they have stuff. As from the muck, a band of adventurers rises and attacks.
Out of the way, there's shrimp.
Yeah,
Nope,
I'm fucking
nope.
terrified. There's a giant ass shrimp vaporizing people.
They don't care.
Stop
They think they can
fucking
take you. The answer is they probably can't. So go ahead and just roll initiative.
Okay.
I miss being able to get above 20s.
I do too. That's a lie. I can still get above the 20. I just actually have to get lucky.
By that, I meant I miss having plus 10.
I know. I wonder what that'll be like if I ever get that.
Don't know. Okie dokie. 25-20.
24.
Cool.
Well, somebody rolled good at least.
2015.
15!
15. You have higher decks.
Think so.
unless Matt wants to let us go together. Or unless Derek wants to let us go together.
Well, either going together or being one and in the next, you can do that at all points in time, so.
Two? That'll matter when it comes up. I guess. Or do we need to decide now?
15-10.
11.
Okie dokie. And I'm pretty sure it's everybody.
Valen, do you have Valen?
Yeah, but it's not great. And the robot goes on his turn, so it's also not great. Okie dokie. So, at the top of it, Selena. They have jumped out. An ambush. But you know, they're sitting there in mud the entire time. None of their shit is actually working because it's covered in mud and they still need to clear it out because they're stupid. What would you like to do?
How many people are there?
There's 6 of them. It appears to be a ragtag group of gnomes, goblins, orcs, and people.
There's 6 of them?
Yeah.
Is Sanine near anyone that she could get,
They waited until you were very close to attack, so yeah, you can go fucking stab one in the face if you want to.
hell yeah.
I feel bad for whoever's at the front of that line.
Rapier to the face.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Don't miss.
As she's starting to swim up there, maybe don't kill them. They might just be idiots.
Non-lethal. 24.
Yeah, that'll hit, absolutely.
Sweet. Now Max has to remember which one's D8 because Max is stupid.
Double pyramid.
Yes.
And they haven't had time to group themselves
16.
together yet. 16?
Yeah.
Okay, you stab the front one that you come up to. It appears to be a half-orc of some kind. And you just poke him in the torso. It hurts a lot, but he's not downed.
Runs behind stone wall.
And then you swim over there.
Yes.
Very well. Okay.
Protect me, stone one.
Can't even use attacks of opportunities because swashbuckler.
Yep.
Scary.
Swashbuckler is the rogue I like the least, because they have to do nothing to get their shit.
Ow.
Let's see here. Okay. That hurt. It hurt a lot, actually. So, 3-dimensional movement underwater. They've done this before. They're assholes. They group up in a firing line, swim up, and shoot at Selena 6 times.
Yep.
They shoot at me?
Yes.
6 times. And I can't interfere with it because I used all of my bardic inspiration already.
Even behind Stonewall?
They
3D
just
movement.
swam out of the way.
3D movement is a bitch to deal with on a good day.
You hate me, Eric.
Well, the damage might, but... Okie dokie. What's their plus to hit? That's their plus to hit. Why didn't I write that down? Because I'm an idiot. Okay, you're right, me. Sorry. So... I'm just gonna roll a bunch and tell you what the lowest one is. Okay, I think an 18's still going through, right?
Yeah.
But maybe not a 15?
15. Barely.
Okay, so 15
If it-
still hits.
Yeah, if it beats, it hits.
Okay.
And one of them's an 11. So, 5 hits.
Sanine's dead.
You might be injured.
Nah, she's just dead.
It's not gonna do overkill damage. Sorry, not quite.
It'll be a single hit for that. Well, unless it downs her and 3 of them hit her then.
Max, I was muted. I didn't realize. Max, don't you have a ring of protection and +4 dex and light armor, bringing you up to 16 or 17?
Wait, does she have a ring of protection?
It does
does.
1 on saves.
No, ring of protection also does AC. So ring of protection would also give you a +1 to your AC.
If you're,
I think I
if you're,
already did that. I think that's why it's 15 now,
Well,
not 14.
12 for leather. Well, studded leather is 12 +3 would be 15 +1 would be 16.
well, wait. Oh, never mind. Swashbuckler initiative. That.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Okay.
technically it'd be 16 if you have a ring of protection.
No, I didn't know it did that. I thought it was just for saves.
Yeah, ring of protection is just a +1 to saves and AC.
Oh.
So technically, yes. She did. It just might have been a misunderstanding on what all it affected. So yeah,
I just
technically,
wrote
you're-
down +1 on saves because I don't know if that's all I got told or if I'm just stupid.
it might have just got
It was
lost.
low
in the
back.
too. So I mean, technically that'd be a 16 AC. So one more would have missed.
Only 4 hits.
Gotta have those moments where it's like, wait, something's not right.
Max is still stupid.
No, it's just magic items in a long time.
This is Max's first magical D&D. Max still learning this part.
Just give me a say sheet, you know.
I don't have Uncanny Dodge.
Yep.
Hmm.
I would like to speed it. Because I want to use fucking cutting words, but I can't.
What's cunning action doing?
Cutting action is not a reaction, anything.
I didn't think so. I have nothing. Unless I can command.
That's an action. Unless you're a very particular kind of bard, that's an action.
I can't do anything. Because, yeah, I'm level 1. Level 2. Right? Are we level 1 or 2?
We're level 5.
I think she meant for her multi-class into Bard.
No, we're level 5. Yeah, we're level 5 total. That's why you have
I think
that much HP.
I think she's 3 and 2.
Let's just say I haven't written it down
No.
because I'm stupid.
No, you had 35. Remember, we took electric damage from the giant dragon thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that was right.
It's 35 piercing damage, whatever the case.
Motherfuck.
Cindy's just drowning.
That was, by the way, Eric, exactly the amount of health she had left on the
Cindy's
dot.
just drowning.
Well, glad an extra bolt didn't hit.
Ta-da!
Hooray! And you can still breathe water, so you're not as bad off as you could be.
Eric, you hate me.
No, if that were the case, I'd have one over there ready to stab you to death. Or send
Yeah,
in
they
a shrimp or
would've
two.
had a surprise ball.
Also that.
How many of these guys are there, by the way?
6.
One's been stabbed.
How close are they?
Is that
He's
down
not
him?
dead though.
No. How close are
together
they?
are they?
They formed a firing line of 3 and 3.
So they have at least more than what she did before.
And it
Oh,
also makes it more difficult to do a bunch of things. But AoE time.
AoE time indeed.
I'll let Stonewall go because I don't have these AoEs you speak of.
You're about to. Let's twin cast Dragon Breath.
Oh shit. Okay. That works for me.
But what element? We're underwater, so not fire. We're underwater, so not lightning.
Keep going,
Our
keep
idiom
going.
works. We poison them. We could acid them. That's a solid choice.
Yeah, I was debating it. Yeah, let's go with let's go
Wouldn't
with
the acid like?
Acid doesn't have an immediate effect of water that I know of for here.
There's
wouldn't
just strong
spread?
currents.
Well, I mean, maybe if it was over
Yeah.
a long distance, but for a short distance with magic.
cold. Let's go with cold.
Cold damage. Okay. So I'm getting a dragon's breath, you said?
Yep.
That runs off of your save. You have everything there, so just tell me what damage to roll when I do it.
It's 3d6 cold on a dex save of, I believe mine is 14.
Did all 6 of them roll higher than you guys?
Yeah.
Yes, they just rolled them as one. Eric just
Yeah,
went
I rolled
probably,
terrible.
and I have flat.
It's still yours. I don't know if you can use it.
Yeah, let's swim up. Well, it's a bonus action for that. So let's roll. Let's swim up there and make the one that was stabbed, and then I guess the 2 closest to him.
That's gonna be all of them. They're in a tight, like...
Oh, then I need 6 dexterity save.
Alright then. We got an 8. We got a 21. We got a 15. We got a 17. We got a 25, and we got a
Jesus,
16.
stop that. Okay, so one of them failed.
Okay.
DC 15.
Alrighty.
God damn.
Ironically, it was the one with the least health, so...
Well, I roll. Let's see. My 3d6 was a total of 15.
15. Okay. You see the half orc that Selena stabbed freeze and begin to shatter. And then everybody else takes half, right?
Yeah.
Which is 7.
York, follow suit. We'll get Sanita back up.
Thankfully, I can do both. Is it my turn then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all,
As an action, you may use the Dragon's Breath. It
yeah,
is
I
not
remember.
casting.
I
It is
know.
not casting.
I know.
I say you're not the one casting a spell, so Eric will probably let you do a healing word or something.
That's what I was gonna do because I know I'm not casting a spell. I was gonna use a 2nd level healing word as a bonus action on her
Okay.
because I want to make sure she doesn't die. You get back 5 plus 3. You get back 8 health, and then action, repeat and rinse of swim forward a little bit and just try to blast these guys with freezing death.
Do it. Saves. 5 of them now. That's an 8, a 15, a 2 more 13s,
It's 3 fails,
and a natural 1.
so 4 fails, 1 pass. That's pretty decent in this case.
There we go.
Not quite as good as his damage, only 12,
Okay.
but it still should hurt some.
So 12 to how many? I forgot.
12, 4 of them Because you said 4. Yeah, from what you said, 4 of them failed, 1 of them passed. So 12 to 4 is 6 to 1. The danger of save spells if it's completely hit or miss.
Well, that's for half, which is better.
Yeah, it is nice that it is for half. I was just saying, it's a wonderful spell. It's just like every save spell. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because some really good luck and they're fine, but then some really bad luck and then oh no.
And then over to Uzan, I believe.
Did any of them die from his cold
No.
blast? Okay.
They're
Most
looking
of them were
collectively
killed by-
injured, but they're not dead.
So that means like I think 19. Yeah, 19 to most of them.
Congratulations,
all of them.
you're doing good at basic math.
No, I'm just gotta keep track of how durable these guys are because I'm worried about them.
Not that bad.
Alright. So all these guys looking pretty injured now, right?
Yeah,
How far away are all of them?
around 30-ish feet.
Do I want to try and be a ranged person for once?
With your
in mind,
crossbow that has the loading penalty.
No, not crossbow.
But you could just stab 2 of them.
No, he can't. 15 feet swimming.
Yeah, I
Ah,
can't get
yep.
to him.
Yep.
I
Alright,
think
well,
he can
I'm gonna
goblin
go ahead.
dash.
I'm gonna go ahead and try this. So they're all pretty
yeah,
close
there's-
together.
They're all close together, yes.
Um, okay. Well, if they're all clumped pretty well together, I think I'm gonna try casting Moonbeam.
Okay.
So it's a beam of light that is 5-foot radius, 40 feet tall, centered on a point of range, and I'm going to try and hit most of them as I can. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and it must make a
Is it a
Constitution saving
5-foot
throw.
radius?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 10-foot
Yeah,
circle.
10 feet away. Yep.
Because of the beam
Uh,
thing, it kind of has to be height that way. So,
It's like how Call Lightning hits,
yeah.
What spell?
Except
is
it
this?
just kinda-
Yeah, Moonbeam.
except it lingers there.
So, all of them need to make a Constitution saving throw, which the save is pretty low, so I imagine half of them are going to make it. And on fails, they take 2d10 radiant damage. On success, they take half of it.
I'm just trying to see if they can all fit in the beam.
Do all
Oh, wow,
paladins
but-
get Moonbeam, or is that just without your archetype?
What?
Do
I
all
think it's a-
paladins get Moonbeam, or is that just the archetype?
I don't know, it's a paladin spell. I think it.
Okay, that's what I was curious if it was on the spell list.
Yeah, so the website that I use for my character sheet, it's kind of difficult to get a spell on it that doesn't belong to that class.
Okay, I think you can finagle it. You're gonna like catch some shoulders and stuff, but all that. So something happens on casting the spell, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone needs to make a constitution, like all the things caught in it need to make constitution save.
There are 5 of them. I have 5d20. Con save.
That is very convenient.
Okay, let's see here. We got a 5, an 18, a 13, a 4, and a 14.
So 3 of those pass.
And is it save or suck, or...
I think it's safe for half.
Yeah,
Half.
it's half.
Okie dokie.
Which I rolled 12, so that makes it pretty easy. The ones that failed take 12 damage. The ones that succeeded take 6.
Yeah, I'll let it happen that way, because one of them has enough if it's the one that failed. So you cast this beam upon their little crossbow hell range, and just as it is cast and the light envelops them, you hear some burbles, and then your beam eventually ends and there is nothing.
It doesn't end. It's a concentration.
They are dead, Rain.
It just, yeah,
What'd you say, Eric?
yeah,
They
you're,
are dead.
They're dead.
it's yeah, you're ancients, right, Rain?
I guess I'm not hearing you guys.
You're Path of Ancients, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's why it'll let you put Moonbeam on there. That's one of its oath spells.
Yeah, we can worry about that later, though.
Sorry.
I thought someone said that I was dead. I'm like, what?
They are dead.
No,
Sure,
no,
they are
Eric
dead.
said.
That's why the concentration doesn't matter, is what Eric was saying. They are gone.
Okay. Well, cool.
Climb quickly, you fools.
Sabine trying to see through the blood on her face.
Push Sanina and Valen up ahead.
Said I have limited spells and no potions. I can't do a lot.
Selena, add 5 bolts to your inventory.
5 bolts.
They're yours now.
Yes, 5 crossbow bolts.
Can I do my lay on hands on her? Like, are we still on initiative or?
If we're not in initiative, you can do whatever you want.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do lay on hands.
I have a magical crossbow.
Oh yeah,
swim
but
up to you and
because they were ahead of you.
you don't have any effects like poison or anything like that, right?
I don't think she does. She's right.
Okay. I don't want to burn all these, so I'm gonna just heal you for 15, save 10 just in case.
Or you can just leave me alone, because I have, like, a lot of healing potions.
Well, I thought you. Okay, well then never mind.
I said I don't have any potions.
Me, on the other hand, I have a lot.
You guys make it up the chain, and once you crest water, you kind of violently get the water out of your lungs, and then wish you were back in water, because now climbing is hard. And make it up the boat.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
How many healing potions can I use on myself, Eric?
As many as you have, but do you really want to use them all?
No, I'm not going to use all of them.
I think she was asking if there's like a sickness mechanism, which would be kind of cool if you didn't usually desperately need that much healing.
Overall, no. Sickness method's more for, like, higher
More
difficulty settings.
Yeah, like more realistic ingredients.
I'm going to use 3.
Okay.
Well, you can use them. You can do them as you go. You know, right?
No.
Like you can see how well each one rolls before you decide if you want to use another one.
Checking all 3 at the same time, like a goddamn champion.
Like a maniac.
Still bloody, but not dying.
I guess she drank like that at the tavern.
Just chugging health potions.
Like a unit.
And you climb, climb,
Is
climb.
it day?
Make it up to the boat. Is it daytime? Yes, because
Yeah.
you took off in the morning, and it hasn't had time to become full-on night yet.
We came back so fast.
So, we never did decide what we were doing, what the plan was after, if we ever found it. Or we were trying to get in to hopefully get to the in with the recruiters.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, I wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. That's it.
Are we at the top of the chain yet?
Yes. But if you guys were going to talk stuff that you didn't want them to overhear, climbing is a better place than on the deck.
Yeah, that's why I was asking on the chain first there, yeah. I was just, did anybody object? Does anybody, like, object to that point at that, or is everybody accepting of that?
Good.
Potentially getting it in might work better. Gotcha. Good. I still say, just whisper to them, I guess, again, I still say we keep it hidden until we get in, like, the quarters with the person who's in charge.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't trust these people.
No, they just attacked us. Up we go.
You make your ways up the boat chain onto the dock of the ship. Some of the little, like, sailor types or ship people, crewmates, that's the word. Look at you guys a bit questioningly, like, oh, you're back.
There was shrimp.
Like the really big kind, or?
It
Yes.
vaporized the man.
Yeah.
Anyone else back yet?
Well, some of them never really left. Other ones are kind of like returning because they either got discouraged or said, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore, and they're just waiting to go home.
It's a lot of looking or a lot of violence right now.
Yeah. So there's an assortment.
If
Most of them are probably down there still looting the wreck, though. Or dying to shrimp.
I have a quick
Yeah.
point of question. Do you know if that's more of the beast or monstrosity variety?
I'm not a biologist.
I didn't know. You never know. Some people have very hidden skills. An experienced sailor such as yourself might know. So it was worth asking.
think anyone else up here still got some fight in them to go back down there for something?
It depends. If you can entice them correctly, I'm sure some of them would come along, but otherwise, I don't know.
There was the captain's quarters, but we couldn't have much luck getting in, unfortunately.
But now you're just lying.
I know. Matt was just saying that to himself and then realized he said that out loud.
So make a deception.
Fucking filters, I need to have them. It's okay, it's a really good deception. It's 24.
Filters are on aisle 15.
You found the captain's quarters. Okay. Well, I'm sure someone would be willing to pay you for that information if you direct it toward some of the layabouts here. They'll count it as an easy win.
Well, if we start, we see what we might pass it on.
Of course, keeping the information that you guys know where that is also probably something you don't want getting out. So if you happen to be able to... And they'll kind of hold out a hand, like, you know what I want.
I'm just gonna pull out some mud from my pocket and put it in his hand.
Gross.
Sabine's gonna give him one tooth.
Dragon tooth?
Yeah.
Huh. I can
So-
probably get a fair price for this. Thanks.
I was curious,
No,
that's
from the guy-
actually a really good bribe.
No, from the guy who stabbed in the face.
Oh, shit. That'd be a power move.
Okay, well, they'll happily walk away with their serpent tooth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's actually a really good bribe.
Prestidigitate.
What area looks like a more captainy area? Who to report to? I feel like that was something shared when they said of just if you see something, come report to this location.
It was more of a, if you find the thing, come up top, use the whistle, they will with all haste make it their way to you, and then they will know you have it. And quickly shuttle you into safety locations and shit like that.
I want to particularly place this. What do you see? We place ourselves in advantageously close to where the guards might be.
Okay. You
well,
distance
then,
yourself
what is that?
from the riffraff.
Yeah, I don't want to just them rush us immediately,
Tweet, tweet, stab, stab, stab.
and then I guess blow the whistle.
Well, tweet, tweet, it's very, very loud. And the guards immediately nearby, after, recovering from the noise, go, alright, are you just being a shit, or
Shake my head.
do you have a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Understood. And they'll get out a little...
Good question, though.
They'll get out a different whistle that is not fucking, hey, help me, I'm on the riverbank, somebody come and save me.
That is absolutely a fair question, though, with the fucking people he probably deals with.
They will begin organizing. Okay, come along, this way. And you were shuttled like just line of guards around you as you're very quickly taken to the captain's quarters of this ship. Going inside, you do see some strange technological-magical looking things that aren't in most ships, but you figure that that's probably to do with its ability to go to the null plane.
Yeah, that fun place.
Hey, keep all this stuff in mind for one of your stories.
Oh, I am. It is absolutely there, even if it rightly terrifies me.
So sitting in a overly large chair, it will spin around and the tiny gnome will be revealed wearing a rather large hat. And they will say, "So it seems you've found the thing you were tasked to find. Might you reveal it?"
Oh, fuck, Matt just realized I wanted to see what the staff did, but it's too late now.
Yeah, that was the third possible encounter. It also involved the mantis shrimp, but it was also fucking awesome, and I wish you did it.
I just remembered the staff just now, man. I'm sorry.
It was we became the king of the mantis shrimp.
It is, actually. It would have
was
been
it actually?
sick.
Now I kind of wish we had. Damn it!
Missed
I knew I
opportunity.
was getting something.
Your crew majestically riding a mantis shrimp to the shores.
You know, that way was not turning it in, taking your shrimp army, going elsewhere and going, "I have a staff of power."
Yeah, no, not at all. Never tempted by that prospect, right?
Absolute shrimp power corrupts absolute shrimply.
But yeah, just I guess have Valen pull it out, not because he has it in the bag.
A moment.
Just if you would.
Here it is. They'll look it over. This looks a lot like what was written. Hell, maybe I'll get lucky. Part of the additional details that I have that they didn't really share is that there's another staff thing that looks like it kind of goes with this. Didn't happen to find that, you'll be paid handsomely. If you have.
Can I get like a look at the others and just look around and just... Oh, no, that'd be suspicious.
There was a fish godhead thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Trying to think if we benefit from keeping it.
Well, just if you found it, it's another 10k.
20k.
Can we ask what it did, or is that part of the same secret?
15k.
18k.
15.5.
16.
15.75.
17.
You're going the wrong way.
You're going the wrong way.
Well, now in Matt's head.
No, they just
This is Matt.
increased.
Now I think we've confirmed we have it. This is Matt at a game. I think we just confirmed we have it, guys.
They went up to
Would you be mad if she
15.750.
was just dicking with?
Would he be mad if I'm just sticking with him now?
Probably wouldn't get the money.
Well, no.
16.
I want to look at him. Like, how bad does he want this?
16 holds out a hand.
Hold on, this is Matt asking for just like his. Is there anything I roll like to see how badly he wants this? Like, is this?
They're willing to pay 16,000 gold for it.
I know, but I mean, like, this is more of personal stakes or like something else, like a company. Maybe.
Could pay more.
It looks like he's probably using someone else's wallet.
Okay, I just wanted to see if it was personal or not.
That's more than Dagon cut off his arm for.
No kidding. What do you guys think? This
He's
is
still
Matt.
holding his hand.
We can't discuss this without giving.
Towards Sanina, who bargained the price.
Out of game. Is he gonna have a shrimp army?
He's got a shrimp-like grip.
Oh no.
Sanine's been bargaining. I'm leaving it up to Sanine.
Why?
Because Sanine's been bargaining.
She
Because
doesn't
you
have it.
you immediately
You
sold your
started,
party
though.
up the river by.
Yeah,
You started it, so
and he pretty well confirmed we have it, I think, there.
I could be joshing him.
You immediately started bargaining as soon as you heard prices.
I could be joshing.
It's your choice.
But
That's a lot of money.
army of
Sick.
shrimp.
We don't have the orb anymore.
You don't even know it would make an army of shrimp. That was above game.
Yeah.
True.
16 and we get to know what it does.
I mean, that sounds like a hell of a deal, honestly.
17 and you don't.
Oh.
Primarily because I don't know. I'm just here
Oh,
to
so
get
Do I
it.
believe that? Wait, no, I would ask, is that actually a lie or is that a truth? Do I believe that?
Inside check.
That one I
Samine
genuinely
also
wanna
wants
know.
to insight check that.
Sure.
Oh shit, that's a decent roll. I think that's a 8. Oh shit, that's you.
Anybody
He's
outside
not a
of
fish. I don't think I can physically
I got a
insight check
nat
high enough for
20.
this guy.
Okay.
Or 25.
Sanina, they're here to deliver an item and ferry people to get the item. They all know what it is.
I smell bullshit.
Oh, Max, that's the point of the roll for the character.
What?
That's that asking you is saying you believe that he's telling the truth effectively as a character. That's what insight's there for. That's one of the reasons insight's there for.
I don't smell bullshit.
Exactly. That's why you don't get to make multiple search checks, because if you did an investigation, you believe you searched as best you could, and there's nothing there or whatever.
I don't smell bullshit. I think we should just give him the money.
You mean him give us
We-
the money?
You should give me the money.
You should give me the
Okay. Is
And,
that what Sadiq
and
said?
you give us. All right, we'll give you the money, and you give us the staff.
Well, I don't have it. Do you have the staff? I can give you the money.
Is that
That
yes?
sounds like a better deal.
Okay then, 17,000 for a staff, and then an extra 10k upon completion of the contract, which is the Orby thing. So that's 27 you guys are walking away with.
So you giving it over?
Yeah.
You want me to tell Valen to give it
Valen.
And
Chop, chop.
and shake his hand.
Ah, so that. It matters
his
a
hand
lot.
first,
Don't know
please.
why.
Wipes the blood and sweat off of her hand and puts it out. I got stabbed. I got shot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shake hands. Shake hands.
Jesus.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
Alright, let me head into this chesty thing over here. Okay, quick math. 17,000. That's a lot. Divided by 10. $1,700? Yeah. Give me a minute to count.
I almost feel like that was Eric struggling in fish brain mode.
It's still lingering.
Divided by 10.
Yeah, I guess platinum.
Oh shit, platinum, sorry. I was asking about something else. I thought you meant there was dividing between part of this, and I'm like, wait, what?
So who gets the money? We splitting it?
I see, normally we just...
After recruiting a couple extra people to count, they relatively quickly put it all together in a small box, smallish box, and hand it to you. Here you go.
What would you give for a tooth?
That's neat. I think that's more of something to do back in the city.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a merchant, and also I'm not supposed to be paying for other things with their money, but I think they'll let it go since it was the staffy thing that they wanted, so...
It was part of the same
Yeah,
package
yeah,
object.
that's the idea.
This is just a friendly warning. We might not want to be out here more than another day or two.
Don't plan on it, but we have to give the unsuccessful people a chance to come up.
There's an
Absolutely.
angry
I'm
god.
just
What?
offering
No.
that we shouldn't wait too long.
Nudge Yorick. Tap head.
Tap head. Okay, I message him in his head, what?
the stuff about the captain's log or other such you found?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but those logs were pretty well unintelligible, though. Correct, Eric?
I believe so.
I'm looking through my notes.
Listen, I give items, I give
Oh.
descriptions of items at the time.
Yeah.
I do not remember what items do afterward.
I wrote it down. I was just asking if you knew to maybe save a little bit of time. Just by chance, would you be interested in Captain's logs if we had found it?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's how this goes. Yep, I just gave you a fuck ton of money and you asked me for more. Yep, that's just the cost of living here. Well, it's their
I'm not
journey,
normally
it'll
like
probably...
this, but you guys are
well,
starting to rub off on me.
yeah, that's fair. I knew him as a person. I think that from my pocket, I might be able to pay you, but not from theirs. So please adjust accordingly.
Does this guy actually look like he genuinely knew him, and it's like a...
You can inside him if you don't believe me.
No, I was just asking you if there's an obvious one. If it's obvious enough.
His eyes are not looking shifty AF, and there's no menacing aura around him.
I was willing to just let it slide if it was like, because some people will say to look obviously,
Rings hands together, counting invisible coins.
some people are idiots like that.
Twirls mustache.
Okay, of course. Here, I'll let you open up with an offer to get an idea of what your pocketbook's like, of course.
Alright. Well, I'll do it this way. Comfortable max, I really shouldn't go above 75 gold. Especially if it's a broken book. But just as like a friendly memento, I'm willing to pay up to that.
Here's the issue with being a good aligned character.
Did we have someone that could use mending?
I cannot.
Was it
How
Sanina?
about this?
I can't use mending.
I don't think anybody could.
I think that might
I
be
thought-
the other party if you're thinking about that.
Might be the other people.
Phelan can make fun of things and prestidigitate.
Yeah, I'm similar.
Janine can
I
talk
remember-
to
Here,
animals
here's
and
I remember
staff.
mending coming up at one point. That's what I was. Yeah. Okay.
in fairness. Sorry. So, in fairness to the situation, if it's not the company or whatever paying for it, and it's yourself and a memento, I'm gonna be very polite. I think here, I'll just 10 gold for the retrieval factors.
Are you sure you had to get it from down there in the water area?
It seems to be a personal item to you of much. It seems important to you on a personal level, and I was honestly being facetious for the most part when I asked.
Very well, I'll not turn down generosity when offered.
And just the condition isn't wonderful, so then I'll pull out the book.
Give it over. You have my thanks.
Much ask a day. I'm just, as he just holds out a hand. I've done business, and we've done business. We just haven't asked names. It feels rude.
Traditionally, it's better not to. Because, summon a bunch of hire a bunch of rat catchers, they do water stuff, and then other things happen. And then, you're attached. And you feel
Yeah,
bad.
but we're done and wrapped up for the time. I don't think we're going back down. So there's that part that helps.
Yeah,
At least I don't intend to go back down there.
but you are carrying around an awful lot of money, and there's
We
still a
intend to
trip to... Yeah. You make it back. We'll share details then.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I'll count on that.
I don't want to get attached and then some assassin has assassinated you and you're resting.
Valen, throw all the money in the bag.
Holds it open. I guess one of you just... Fuck.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, no kidding.
if he's holding it open, yeah.
Did he just hand me 10 gold that I could just slide in my patch right now?
Sure.
Okay. It sounded like something that he might feasibly have on him versus the 27 we might need to separate out.
He gives you it in copper pieces.
He would. Somebody would.
Here's 1,000 copper pieces. No.
Okay. But yeah, just then yeah. I guess retreat from his office so we're not bugging him anymore, guys.
Probably not a bad idea.
Find a place to get comfortable with everything stowed and hidden.
Preferably with our backs towards a wall.
Oh, very much so. I can agree with that.
You go outside, the guards that kind of ushered you guys over there are just kind of standing there in a loose configuration. And one of them pipes up and says, well, blowing the whistle and all that, you kind of showed everybody that you have it. Or had it. Or something, whatever, whichever one. Our services are still available for guarding. At very slight cost.
Oh, we didn't
everyone
actually
that was
have
up here.
anything. We didn't actually have anything. We were just joshing him.
Well, then you'd be over the ship now.
You don't catch
Look,
on,
it's all.
but then again, you want to make a fun.
It was the people up here that you said were injured, tired, and not willing to fight anymore that saw us.
Well, yeah, but the lazy ones sometimes come and get you. If you don't want extra guards, that's fine. We just offered. We're kind of cheap.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, here, let's ask. Do you have a better place to potentially stay, and what your rates might look like?
Well, I'd imagine you'd probably be a bit safer in the barracks, and to hire us as a guard retinue for your way home. All of us together, even. We'll go for 100.
Each or between you?
Total, we're being kind.
Okay.
Also being paid by someone else, mainly.
Insight check.
Wait, where's all this suspicion
They're
that
the
you're
ones
playing
that are
my
gonna
game
stab
and
us.
people's memories are fucked?
Is this guy
They're the
going?
ones that are gonna stab us.
They're gonna stab us.
You know, I just want to point out, Eric, they have none of this suspicion in my game where they're dealing with people who actively fuck with memories.
I learned. Shut up.
This involves money. It turns on a different part of their brain.
Involve big money.
My character that
21.
got to be suspicious is dead.
21.
21. They're definitely
Yeah.
being paid primarily by something else. It looks like they're just doing this to get an extra buck. So it seems on the level, as much as that type of thing is on the level.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like that might be worth it just to keep it a bit of extra safekeeping and restful sleeping. What do you guys think?
Probably a better bed too.
Might as well. Well, I, for one, support the decision too.
Might as well. They seem trustworthy enough.
Well, how about for now we pull what we have on our person, pay from that, and decide stuff later. What do you think? I can pay a chunk now.
Yeah, we need this up front. You guys, knowing the captain, you guys just got paid.
I'm aware you need this up front. We're discussing payment as to how to pay right now.
Ah, yeah. How much of a chip in each body's person's gonna do? Gotcha.
So you can just do the whole thing if you need to.
Oh shit, I was gonna toss in like 40.
She's got
Party.
like 89 gold.
Acquires
selling
27,000 gold pieces. Then, man, I'll toss in like 40.
What I have on my person is different from what we have in the chest in a bag.
Say Sanina got the like 89 or
I'll toss
something
in
from
40, you toss in 60.
taking the selling money.
I'll toss in 40, you toss in 60, and we're good.
Oh.
Yep, we'll pay it. I'm paying 40, she's paying the other 60.
Don't care where it comes from, so long as they get paid. Alright.
No, I was just saying that for your sake, if it mattered.
I don't keep track of your guys' personal inventory.
Don't want to go 25 split across the board.
It's already done and over with. I'm not terribly worried about it. I'll happily pay that to sleep safe tonight.
And it will likely be nighttime because I imagine some of the searchers aren't going to get the memo and we will eventually leave, but not before they have a chance, so saith the captain.
So what is there gonna be a massive one here soon or something?
A massive what?
Or no signal of some kind.
Yeah, they'll play the ship's thing proper, and then that's their basically last call. You guys, though, probably want to go ahead and head to the barracks and just, I guess, use our beds and hammocks and stuff for a minute.
Quite okay with that choice.
Alright. Follow along.
I'm following. I want to sleep safe tonight.
Follow them along. They lead you to the guard barracks, which... This is a ship of decent size. There's actually a decent sized barracks. You guys can pretty well find accommodations relatively near each other without taking up the entire thing.
Hell yeah.
Always a good deal.
What do you say we all have one person stay up each with them, just to help them out? A little bit of a shift and shuffle.
So the money was in a box, right?
Yeah.
Where are we keeping the box while we sleep?
In the bag of holding that we just shoved it in.
Ah, okay.
I'm assuming the robot will keep an eye on it.
I think.
No, we just shoved it all in the bag of holding.
Well, I know, but I'm assuming the robot will keep an eye on the bag of holding.
The robot keeps an eye on Valen, who has the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the transit of property, the robot's keeping an eye on the bag of holding.
Yep. No, this is definitely worth $100 to help stay safe. 100 gold worth staying safe.
More of 1,000.
Huh?
For the scale on gold. Things are inflated in Kingograd, but 100 gold isn't 100 gallery dues. It's
$1,000. That's why I corrected myself to gold.
Yeah.
I know, because gold is like a 10. Is like you said. I think like $10.
Yeah.
That's why I was correct. I corrected myself to 100 gold's worth it.
Okie dokie.
Oh, with this much gold, we could probably go to Attica without a problem.
We could buy a magic carpet.
Wait, why are we heading to Attica?
Powder. Did I say wrong? Did I say wrong place or no? Attica's right,
I
isn't it?
think so.
No. No. I think I understand what's happening here. He's going off of the whatever that you talked about earlier, Matt, with things coming from Galadrius.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
well, we still have Kegel-grad to look into. Some we didn't really actually look too heavy into.
You just have a lot of money now.
We can stay anywhere.
Wow.
I'm
Someplace.
fine keeping it in a bag and sleeping on the streets.
All right, time for a shopping episode.
No,
But where?
I'm not shopping in Kegel-grad.
Why?
Oh,
Shopping episode after King.
I don't want to shop in Kegel.
I mean, you can find pretty much everything there, but it will be expensive.
Exactly the problem.
It's like the conveniently placed merchant. It's just all of his stuff is like 10 times the cost.
Basically. So, you guys doing anything while you're here, or just waiting for ship to go and...
I'm trying to think if I had anything else. So I'm curious, how do you guys have an idea of finding one person in the midst of a very large city?
Usually pretty difficult.
We spin a sword.
I don't know if Eric will let us spin a sword.
I'll let you spend things, but I don't know what is... There is no force. I can send you guys directly off a lake.
I know,
Into
that's
a
what I
lake.
said. I don't know if it'll work here.
No force, just pure skill.
Any particular suggestions? I don't have anything known in Kinglegrad, so I can't ask too many favors unless I run into somebody I wasn't expecting.
Well, if you're talking about continuing the investigation, since we've actually done something successful, I imagine repeat work wouldn't be too hard to acquire. And if that's the case, then that would get us closer to the actual distributor type.
Do you have any suspicions yet of who distributor type might be?
Probably whoever that thing in the other town, our town, said.
Well, he didn't say any. Oh, the name we had?
Yeah.
You think just keep doing a job and looking for the name will get us in the right area?
Well, if we hear the name or try to put it somewhere, especially if we're going toward that organization, it'd probably get us a direction, if additional suspicion. But still.
Still be something in a large city of nothing to find otherwise. True. True. Well, that is as good as any of a plan I have to finding something of that size. You know, we could put a bounty up asking for information, but who knows how many false leads would come up.
And you can pay it now.
We could pay it, but the problem is how many false leads would come up. That would demand payment up front. That would be a downside. Doing some more jobs of the sorts, getting higher up seems at least like a plausible and not impossible to fund deal. No?
It's an answer. Unless someone has something better.
That's why I keep leaving openings.
I know,
I
but
don't know about better, but I have something else we can do if it doesn't work, or split up to divide and come through a bit. May be able to work our way in with some nobles if they take any dwarven crest of meaning anything to them at all. Unless they don't, well, I guess out the shoot, but might work. Buddy up to a few people that might know something or have a bit of power.
Endear yourself to some of the higher up clans here.
You'd be surprised how much information gets passed over our table when people are just drinking and feasting.
Oh, I'm in the know on that one. You'd be surprised at the embarrassing stories people would tell of themselves when they're drunk and have no shame or little morality to guide themselves.
I know, I've been there.
No, you agree with it. That's what I say. No, you would agree with it, but it's quite a bit.
Like I said, I don't know if I could really get much of anywhere with my crest, but you can always try.
well, if they don't know you're a bastard, it might work out well. If they know though, then probably you'll want to avoid it. So don't go for any dwarves.
I'll just announce myself as who I am.
So you say you're a bastard. That makes more sense with the mother I saw then, or the mother you described and I heard from.
Yes.
It does not seem like the type to stay in a noble's place.
Yes, I would like to ask my father about that, or if we can speak to him again. Actually, how are you doing on spells? That might be
If
something.
you're asking if I could speak to them today, I cannot.
Out of spells for that level.
I used up my upper echelons of magic for the day, the last of it, talking to those fishy individuals down below, the Kuatoa.
Fair enough.
Being able to speak to anybody is quite useful, but also a bit more of a powerful piece of magic that I have.
And you said you had
Takes a
more explanation to do about that? What exactly the hell went on over there?
Oh, what did I promise them?
I don't. Just summarization, as quick as you can. So I have some
well-
idea, because there was a big fishy serpent head, and then there was Goobligak, and then there was lightning, and then you came back, we got some fish out of a pond for some fucking reason, and then...
The short and short of it was they're incredibly stupid, but by being so stupid, they stumbled into the perfect pattern of getting us nowhere. Abstinence of change.
Okay.
So I tried to convince them that it was harmful. Did not work. They did not care. Tried to trade them something shinier. For some reason, the fact that it was flat was the problem with that. Then they tried to offer, I said, borrow it, bring it back later with greater power. Greater shinies, more collars. They didn't want to let it go. They needed something to offer. They told me to go get the crafters' women and get the crafters' wives and children. Didn't really want to leave you guys there. That was the part I came over to you and asked you guys for a bit of a brainstorm on wives or children to give him. Walked over to him, gave him that very shiny plate. The 3 fish, and convinced him the fish were the wives of the crafters. And we have a few days to return with a shinier rock. Or in this case, never get in this section of the river again.
So they're currently holding like 5 fish hostage.
Yes.
Right.
Convinced they are the wives, and they were not chosen for their brightness.
Alright.
They're very beautiful.
I was talking about intelligence, not appearance in this case. They were quite nice fish. They probably would have made a lovely dinner. But, so, I hope we don't deal with them again.
They did their best.
Thankfully, I don't think you knew what I looked like. They seem to accept that I was a fish person like them, so they don't know it was me. But our friend 17 might be a bit of a giveaway.
So just in case we happen to see some sneaky looking half fish people, they might be assassins or something. Okay.
Correct. We might be getting...
Are they smart enough to have assassins?
They're smart enough to probably send someone to kill us, and they might think they're sneaky. I don't know if they'd actually be assassins.
Right.
I think they're assassins.
They might... I feel like they're the type of, if we stand very, very still, they can't see us. Assassins.
Right.
Well, hopefully no one else is around another robot. They might just stab them thinking they're you.
Fuck. I just realized I'm the only one of the right size. Fuck. Should have made myself look shorter.
There's just gonna be another party somewhere that has a robot too. That just gets ambushed by an entire invading onslaught of like 50 Kuatoa.
Yeah, by the way, I was trying to stop them, if you saw my panicking a little bit, stop them from killing themselves on it. If you notice, every time they killed themselves, he got stronger. And if hostilities broke out, I did not want a stronger deity individual after us. Oh boy.
Well, I imagine we'll be fine so long as we don't go, dredging the river.
At least in this section. Also shrimp, those things are terrifying.
It's big.
I'm glad that they didn't have any shrimp.
Well, hopefully they don't actually be inspired to take wartime measures. Could you imagine a bunch of Kuatoa using those things as a mount? Part of me tells me it's beautiful, but the other part... No.
There would be an odd beauty to it, but I feel like it'd be facing us, and that beauty would be lost very quickly in a small vaporization cloud. A fine mist of red.
Can they do that above water?
Maybe. Fine mist of red settling down on the morning dew. Sounds like the ending of a fantastic story.
Except the shrimp just punched an adventurer.
And they exploded.
I mean, from the shrimp's point of view, it's probably a beautiful story.
I was thinking of a magnificent descriptor more than anything, but I see your points.
Yorick, tell us, what do the shrimps dream of?
They dream of color. Color beyond that which we can see. That only lies in our imaginations. And that I one day hope to see. But that way lies madness and a price to pay.
Or you could use magic to turn into a shrimp for a while.
That would be quite the trick. Unfortunately, I don't have that.
Yet, you don't have that yet.
Yet is a good answer. I might have it eventually.
10th level polymorph.
Now we just like, every level we just have to polymorph Matt until he's a big shrimp.
And then suddenly he has an overwhelming urge to punch.
At
But
least
if
do
he
it when I'm
fails-
punching my friends. I keep my alignment and my allies.
But if he fails, he's just a normal shrimp.
Just a tiny version that can still punch.
Hey, that shit will still wreck your feet.
Tiny punch.
Like, those things are
And-
vicious.
I know, I sent you the video. Are we good to have a long rest?
Not a long rest. It's not gonna take that long.
Oh yeah, that's right, you said it
Well,
like
maybe a
every
short
hour.
rest for some people to spit their roll hit die and get some health back.
You've been doing that this entire time. I thought it was assumed at this point.
Well, you know, but you know what they say about assuming, especially in this kind of situations.
You never know if a horde of adventurers is going to kick down the door, kill all the guards, and attack us.
It's possible. Unfortunately, it is very much a possibility.
That has different negative connotations to it. But some time passes.
Listen,
Go on.
I was just going to say the Shadow Gnomes might come for our shoes.
Oh no.
Fuck you. No, no. I can't barrel through their traps in this form.
Yeah. Yeah. Brain. Words. Yep. Time passes. As you were told, there's a very loud horn blow. About another hour passes, and then you begin to feel the ship vibrate. Then you feel the shunt.
They only gave him an hour to get back. Oh shit.
They'll be fine.
That's probably most of them they left.
They're lost to the shrimp.
You know, I would not be surprised if those shrimp took a few.
There's nothing that could be done.
Obligatory checking
Well-
for if anything's done during travel time.
All hail the shrimp.
So you need to craft a small shrimp shrine.
No.
Yeah, I'm curious, is that you're always very quiet. What are you doing out here? You mentioned a village and a monster. You mentioned getting rid of the monster. So what are you doing out here now?
Well, if I had to be real honest, I have no idea what I'm doing now. I used to help my family at my village. I would run small tasks. We had some just walkers coming up, and I would just take care of them. And then one day after I got sent out to do just a small task, took care of it, came back. My village started to erupt in flames, and we were under attack by some shadow beast. And after getting some trinkets from my mother, and I kind of look at my dagger a little bit, like I slain the beast, sought my revenge, and then
Do you recall? You found a variant of it the next day that looked significantly lesser than the one that actually broke your shit.
so like I full on know that wasn't the one.
Unless it got a lot weaker.
Okay, I thought like
I mean, it was daytime, but that went too
That's
easy.
a heck.
okay, I thought meta, like you were telling me that it was like
Now, in character, you can tell the difference between that and that.
Okay. Well, I fought a beast that was similar to it, but I'm just not sure if it was it or not. It could have gained power during the night, but I don't know. But my whole village was slain, and I was able to get out. So I'm kind of just, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to find my direction now.
We're hoping to find the entity that did that to the village.
Well, I'm open. I already got it, but I really don't know. And the only way I would really know is if I went back to my homeland. Ever since
Take it
that
from,
day, I haven't gone back that direction.
Take it from a guy who specializes in tales of the extraordinary. It's very unlikely that was the one. What kind of resolve would that be? The fate's fickle. Fate is a fickle thing. But it does raise the question: if you had undead attacking your town with regularity,
What'd you say, Matt?
I said it does raise the question, though, if your area or your town was regularly assaulted with the undead.
Yeah, it wasn't anything major. It would just be one at a time.
Still,
They wouldn't really come to my town. They would just show up kind of like in the fields around it. We'd get reports from farmers.
Everyone else, this is not normal.
Yeah, that was great to say. Still, that's a very odd thing that you're considering irregularity. It's not very common for it to just be a large number of undead.
Well, like
Something
I was
very-
saying, it wasn't a large number. It was always just one. And
But how often did you have the one?
every day, maybe every other day. There wasn't really consistency.
Every day at 3 o'clock, precisely.
Exactly
That's
at noon.
still an extremely commonplace compared to what most people deal with the undead. You realize,
Well,
Sounds like some major necromantic shenanigans.
at least by some source of very powerful magic, source, sink, individual entity, something nearby.
well, where I'm from, like war, like fighting and war, that's a real common thing. So I just
Fighting-
assumed like they were coming back to life with revenge.
Even if so, the regularity of having one-ish a day, you had some mighty potent energies occurring there, friend. It was not a trifle.
If you had angry spirits and dying on the battlefield, they'd probably come back as a pack together.
But
So
you had
So you're telling me you guys don't have undead that just come strolling through?
in my
No.
entire life, I've had maybe 5 instances of undeath, and most of them I didn't even see personally.
I've never even seen the undead.
Eric, we're kind of like in a town here now, right?
No, right now you're on the ship
In the
in the
ship,
Sea of
traveling.
Stars.
Okay,
Traveling.
so we're on a ship. There's probably an older person who's just gonna point towards them like,
No,
There's
I'm
undead
pretty
right
sure
there.
that you guys are secluded away because you're carrying a lot of money and you're low-key afraid of being attacked by
completely
all the people.
separated.
Yeah, no, Rain, we're hidden away in the barracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just us and maybe like a couple guards in here.
Like you say, just point to the guards. Like, yeah, you go ahead, tell him. An undead about every day, even if it's a simple one, is very much out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Well, what am I supposed
Maybe-
to do about it now?
Maybe there's some kind of cult or something raising them.
Or
doing experiments.
Undead.
Well, Luzar, I know that Jackson has something he wants us to do after this. And this may or may not take a while to complete in and of itself, but I imagine afterward, most of us would be fine to travel with you over there. No? Maybe? Actually, what am I saying? I have to get
I only have,
myself
like,
and Senina back in
2
home before my mother arrives.
I only have like 2, maybe 3 towns I can't visit in Raktesh right now, so I'd be okay with it.
Well, there's not really much left there. Like, not at home.
Yeah, but it would be a okay place to investigate. Might be able to find the thing that actually caused it all those times.
Maybe a witch.
It was definitely a.
They can be spiteful creatures that will bring back the undead.
Hmm.
A hag. That'd be the luck.
And whatever the case, if there's some, like, greater purpose amongst all of you, you probably don't want all of, like, a bunch of undead things just running around a country.
No,
I'd
no,
be
that's not
interested to go and see just to see what's causing that many. I have a few ideas in mind that could cause it, but I don't know which ones would be causing it.
He
Well,
was
if I
also
deal-
a little lost. He's like, he kind of finds it weird that you guys don't really deal with undead.
Well, if we are gonna go through my shit along the way, my mother might know something about it, being a wood witch and all.
Perhaps with putting them to rest through disturbances in the land. It is an odd topic to have any actual says in.
If you guys really want to go there, I mean, I get back to my homeland. There's nothing in my village, but
Well, at the very least, you might be able to avenge them. If you want to look at it that way.
Point. You call it your homeland. That was my home too, and I still didn't see that many of them.
well, did you like live in the northern part, or?
I lived in a lot.
To be honest, as a player, I don't know which direction my hometown like was in, but
You were nearer to Salika. You were like on the eastern part of it.
Maybe someone put a curse upon your land or something.
Maybe they put a curse upon you.
I haven't done anything to do that.
I feel like if they put a curse upon him, we'd be fighting the undead.
But maybe it's just active in his own town.
I mean, it could be tied to the region.
Oh, it's been a while since we've had our original like one-on-one sessions, but of course, Uza would say it better. But the church that, the church that I helped, they had something to do with like, I forgot what we decided they were like researching or something, but they had something to do with a lot of the undead, and it was common for them too.
Maybe it's a scare tactic to get you to join.
Fear-mongering, I've seen it in many religions. It's a terrible thing to use, but very effective. Although, an undead a day sounds like a bit much even for fear-mongering. You'd really only need to do it once or twice, maybe a month at most, and you'd have an effective fear-mongering tactic.
Kill the occasional parents.
What if there's just some kind of magical item that keeps sitting there and just bringing things back?
I mean, there are some stories, but I don't recall any of them. I was told them as a kid.
The long-lost undead lord. His staff still sitting upon his throne as his body and bones decay.
Speaking of staffs, what do you think that Oz did before we gave it up? The one that we gave up. What do you think that did? Fuck, what do you think the orc did? Rory probably definitely given, and he'll just kind of shake his bottomless bag, which makes no noise.
I do have a bit of a thought and concern there. When I got close to the orb, it had a very faint, almost imperceptible influence, like very similar to like some enchantment and charm magics, if that makes sense.
Probably some magic on it helps.
Did it get worse when I picked it up, Eric?
You were kind of overwhelmed at the time, but
Like looking back, can I see any traces of where it might have influenced me a bit more?
there was significantly more pressure. You liked having that orb.
It was intoxicating almost, like you wanted it, you liked having it. It would actually explain the creature's obstinance with giving it up, if it was being influenced by this magic.
Probably enhances the user's magical abilities or something to a similar capability like that. Well, also, yes, like you just said, alluring them in.
I say it was enhancing capabilities, sure, but that didn't feel like enhancing. That felt more like it was trying to convince me that I needed it. Something intoxicating, inviting.
Some amount
I
of
wonder if you could use it to influence others, perhaps.
high tier charm. Yeah, that is not exactly great to have,
And-
but
Maybe it had some kind of some kind of sentience in it, and maybe it takes over whoever has it. Something along those lines.
Well, I had nothing to indicate that.
Maybe you just didn't hold it long enough.
Well, it might have been. I just had nothing to indicate sentience, is all I was saying. I wasn't denying it, just saying I saw no evidence to the contrary, or one way or the other.
Didn't he talk to you?
It did not talk to me. The creature did. So whatever it is, it influences at least the wielder, and I assume those around it. and maybe
Well,
with a bit of target and focus. I would say we could use the Kuotoa as example, but they would already be worshipping such a level. To such a level, it doesn't matter.
Wonder what's gonna happen to those guys.
The Kuotoa?
Yeah.
Hard to say. Depends on the reaction of their deity. They might be fine, or there might be a lot of them dead in a blind rage by their own creation in hand.
It seems to be what they wanted.
They did seem wanting to die. Oddly.
Rather unfortunate if anyone that got left back there got stuck in that hole.
Just a bit, but it's very out of the way. We had to go very deep down and far away from most of the other adventurers to get to that. So I wouldn't be overly worried. But it is slight cause for concern. I do hope that none of them get caught or lost in it. I'd feel a little bad about it.
At least the shrimp seemed like a quick death.
I believe instant was the term there. 1 minute he was whole, the next minute he was a whole lot. A fine morning mist. Level of just gone.
I think we're good to head to the next bit now, Eric.
Making sure.
Yeah, so you know what? Yeah, I think we got it covered a lot of it. Although it's just I'm concerned about Uzat's situation, honestly.
Uzat just kind of shrugs.
Actually,
We're across the continent.
I think it makes it better there that Rain was also confused that this was completely out of the ordinary. Is like,
You mean there's not just random zombies walking around?
not normally. Okay.
I think the rest of the world's sus.
You once again feel the boat vibrate. The boat vibrate. Yes.
The vote vibrators.
And then you feel the shunt.
oh wait, I thought the shunt had already taken place. This was during the shunt, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, the shunt back. Fuck, we have to come back into our realm. Sorry.
Live in the Sea of Stars. Pass that 1 week timer. Die.
You can live in the Sea of Stars past 1 week. Just it's a problem when you come back into the real world. At least to the normal one. I don't know how yours works. It could be different.
I mean, I wasn't planning to attack the boat with the things that live there, but I mean, if you really want to test it.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
Alright.
I'm ready
No,
to go back.
we're fine with the hour-long trip.
We pissed off one deity like being, and we don't need to add another to it.
Okay. You hear a lot of commotion outside. One of the guards will kind of poke their head in and go, "Alright, we're gonna get everybody else off. People are gonna want to talk to you for a bit. You're gonna want to tell them what went on, where you found the thing, all that stuff. And then you'll be good to go."
That's quite alright by me. I have nothing iffy in this situation.
Alright then. Sometime later you hear some commotion, but it ends quickly after it starts. And then they return. It looks like the same guy. He has a black eye. Alright, if you'll come along.
Get a bit of a scuffle.
That don't matter. They're fine.
I was gonna ask if you were fine. They probably started it and earned what they got.
They'll be fine. There, that's better.
Well, again, yes, I was just seeing if you were alright.
Just come along.
Alright then.
Taken out of there. taken off the boat up into the building where you guys had to enter to come down here, and then up a set of stairs past the floor that you headed. You're above the ground floor. Alright, head into this office here, and people will be wanting to talk with you, or about you, or it'll work out. I don't know. Yes, talking. Going inside, there's an assortment of chairs around. The captain of the ship is in there, and a gnome I can only describe as unremarkable is sitting at a desk.
Well, that's just suspicious.
Well, they just look like a dude. There's no other way to describe it.
He's a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Perhaps. But, like, they have the same, like, popular haircut. The clothing isn't anything special. It's just... Dude. It is suspicious because of where it is.
Exactly.
He's an intern that's having to work for free.
No, it's for college credits.
Ah. So free.
Yes, for free.
Okay. He'll pipe up. I've gotten a basic thing from the captain here. Do you
Oh, shit.
have some additional to talk of, explain, elaborate upon? Why is... well, I know why that's... Never mind.
Well, do you have anything in particular you would like to know?
Where was it? Effects of the area? Things like that? Did you find anything? About anything? What was the... he brought up that you had the captain's journal. What was the state of that thing? Did you find what broke the boat? Stuff like that.
Well, let's start off in a slight reverse there. We did find what we believe broke the boat.
Alright.
A very large, massive, draconic sea entity.
Do you have a sense of scale here, or... Like
well,
how?
do you have an idea of the scale of the captain's quarters, per se, let's say, for the ship?
Vaguely?
That was the head.
Okay. Alright.
So,
Yeah,
big,
so-
very, very large.
Sanina, show my tooth.
Shows tooth.
There you go.
Right, so they should definitely not have been going over the fucking deep water as we told them. Okay.
Extremely deep water. Like, we had to pursue down into very far deep into trenches to get to them.
Yeah, that's just how the river goes. He's not supposed to stay... You know how it works. Things around the outside, shallow, middle, deep as hell.
But we found it. We found, kept an eye out for the captain's quarters. Seemed like anything important might be there. We found that sheared off from the rest of the ship much deeper. Buried in all kinds of filth and muck. Took forever to dig that out.
Now, I'm afraid I must ask if you found any cargo from the ship. And they'll just kind of stare at all of you for a moment.
There was cargo in the ship. It was, at the time, in the possession of a bunch of fish people.
They'll just kind of wave it off like I'm joking. No, don't worry. We expect that to disappear.
Uh,
Just wanted to see if you'd jump.
Oh, I mean, it was an honest answer there. And then the orb itself we found in possession of a bunch of Kubatoa, who had used it to make their new deity.
Yeah, that would stop a lot of people from getting the thing.
It was a hassle. But not very bright. They're currently holding 3 fish hostage as people's wives, so... we'll see how that goes. Maybe avoid that particular area or take care in that area for a little while.
Oh, we shouldn't be back there for a fair bit.
Well, we did not feel equipped to take on an entire village, so some tricks and promises and very quickly scuttling away was involved.
Okay, so you lied to a tribe of idiots, got their fancy magic crap, and ran the hell away. Yeah, that works.
Yes, that sums it up pretty well.
You didn't wind up dead, so nobody saw you carrying it around, I'm assuming.
We hid it rather well before coming back to retrieve it if we didn't wish to.
Right.
Not like some of the other people.
Okay. That should be most of it. You've already been paid. Unless there's any other bits of information that you know you wish to give, then I believe that this is end of service, unless you would like to stick around and perform additional tasks.
The pay was well. Repeat service would not be inopportune or unliked. I'd quite agree to it personally.
There's always room for success for mercenaries.
Indeed. Well, and I was going to say he suggested that I think we've at least proven to be decently successful. Very lucky in the individuals at the least, which is always nice to have in service.
Well, if you wish to join the ranks entirely, that can be arranged, though it is a bit of a binding contract.
Afraid I'm personally a bit of a free spirit. Other jobs floating our ways, well, that I wouldn't mind.
For normal rat catcher work, yeah, there's always small stuff, but this is the real stuff.
Now, when you say binding,
Basically, it's just a certification of completion of the mission, not like, I hope you're here now forever. Basic, you
Oh.
can't talk about shit, and then stuff like that.
See, that's where. Sorry, that was a misunderstanding on my
okay.
part. That, personally, I would not have an issue with. Something like what we signed here, but a bit more enforced.
Stopped you from, for example, grabbing the magical item and then running the hell away. That's about it.
Well, if it's not a more, I thought, sorry, I made a mistake. I thought you said you made it sound like a more permanent service to me, but for one, like, per job thing. That, personally, I would have no qualms with.
Well, Captain seems to like ya. I imagine we can find a place for him to go with you lot there. Now, again, whenever you sign the contract, it's not going to be something you can talk about with your friends and loved ones. But it will pay well.
These are my friends and loved ones.
Well, then I guess you're in luck.
That brief look of moi?
Not you.
Oh,
Ah.
well, that's disheartening.
look over at Valen.
Let's go.
Just looks over at Valen. Oh yeah, he's here.
Confusion with how the treatment normally is.
So if you want to go straight back into it, we can, or you can stay here and use your resources and probably never be offered this again.
Oh, the tantalizing hook like that.
Can you tell us how long of an endeavor this might be?
Time-wise, it shouldn't be too long unless you get bogged down. That's entirely down to you.
Not too long. You're talking about days, weeks.
Travel time. Getting there should be nigh instantaneous. You saw the thing that got you to the river. Which you're also not allowed to talk about, just period. Like, go out there and try it. It's weird. It'll be like a weird smoke thing. But
I mean, that.
People just won't hear us, or something will interfere.
it's one of those unless they already know clauses.
Okay. Okay.
But travel time shouldn't be very much. But actual, like, getting there, getting the job done, that's down to you. I can't really give much more information till you start signing things. You understand?
But of
Yes,
course,
yes.
information quickly.
Selena, Leyland, what do you think on this matter here?
Plus something we haven't dealt with before.
I meant along the time frame wise of we could be gone from this for who knows how long once again.
When does Mother get back?
Not too long, probably in the next month, but I don't think it'll take that long if it's being described as correctly.
Then I don't see why not.
Can you tell us it'll be less than a month without telling us it'll be less than a month?
I would like to, but I don't know how you operate.
This is fair.
Got this thing pretty quick.
Yes, but you never know if that's a fluke. I mean, it was also guarded by idiotic fish people, so...
Idiotic fish people that had a quasi-deity thing.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
why you...
Effective of a guard idiots can be.
Yeah, that's why you're getting the offer here.
Well, I'm enticed.
Very well. If there is to
Hearing
be...
them out.
Go on.
I was just saying, hearing them out sounds nice.
Alright. Well, if I'll get a couple non-disclosures up here. And then we'll get to doing stuff.
Interesting question, I guess, before we head up. Is there any way to tell who's in the know, or just say and see if they understand?
Well, if you try and it doesn't work, then that's a pretty bold face. Obvious it doesn't work. Otherwise, probably not.
Okay.
They'll just see someone standing there and probably belching. Just think you're a rude asshole.
Oh, we don't need this to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty well. I think I can belch pretty well now. But it is nice to know I have assistance if I need it. You never know when that might come in useful for a burping contest. You can get a pretty penny off of those.
So, how long are we talking toward dealing with this next contract sort?
Yeah. Someone arrives at the door. Sign those and I'll give you a proper thing.
Read them like last time.
Looking him over,
Yeah.
it's basically the same. You are not allowed to disclose things. Now there's clauses of like, you are not allowed to take additional items and simply run without informing and things like that.
So basically,
I was gonna ask.
basically we have to inventory the shit we steal.
Yes. You must inventory the
We have
shit
to
you steal.
No, just to say, you said that was additional because it wasn't mentioned last time.
It was not there last time. They were
Okay.
casting a big net.
They were accepting that as part of the losses for their big goal.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Now it's
Okay.
like, okay, these guys have actually done something, they can be indicted as agents. Inducted as agents.
Okay. So, this thing right here, is that a negotiable thing? If after inventory it's like, we get a cut off something for extra fines?
That is non-negotiable. You're very likely to either be paid or allowed to be kept, or allowed to keep most of it, but if you happen upon something that they can't let go, that's why.
That's fair. No, I meant like reporting it
Things
such as long. Yes. Reporting it, I understand. I meant such along the way of, we found 100 gold, our group gets X cut.
You're very likely to receive most, if not all of it. Normally they just want the big ticket items that they're sending you to get, or the job done. Anything else doesn't really matter.
Keeping an eye for accidentals like what we just found.
Yep, and if they're of particular whatever, they'll probably pay you for it, and if they're not, or they have something of equivalency, then you'll probably get to keep it.
Interesting. Very generous rewards there.
That's the idea.
But I suppose equally dangerous work in return for those rewards.
We do not accept all help, all comers.
Of course, understandable.
Right. So is everyone going to sign things?
If I read over, I don't see any more hidden loopholes besides the one you mentioned personally.
Okie dokie.
I'm good with what you added.
Are there any more loopholes, or was that the only new, or any kind of thing I need to worry about?
That seems to be the big one. It looks like if the mission goes too south, you can kind of, like, escape it. You're not locked in. Like, yeah, we went to go steal a beggar's coin purse, but then they summoned 3 ancient dragons, and the beggar's coin purse, not an option anymore.
Yeah, they have a clause of you don't have to commit suicide to complete the job.
Yeah, it's just, you find shit, inventory it, show it to people, they'll look it over, either let you keep it or pay you for it.
Okay,
This doesn't seem bad.
that's not bad at all. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any. You know how contracts can be.
And by the way, your
Contract
7th born child belongs to them.
Exactly.
No.
You never know what a contract's going to try and sneak in.
No, you don't see any of that kind of shit in there. You don't see any soul shit, you don't see any things like that. Everything just seems to be... It looks like it's written by bureaucrats, but it's for people.
People like us.
Yeah.
So fairly straightforward overall. Okay, I just wanted to make sure there were no trappings.
Just don't, forget you picked up the magic staff of Quickwarf. Then something bad might happen.
What does carry an inventory sheet with us? As we're going.
That's
just-
another use for your notebook. In-game.
Oh, fuck. Just went back to fucking Dave being the accountant. It's like, oh no.
York there with his notebook while we just hold open the bag of holding and shovel shit in.
Alright, we have 32 fleece blankets, 63 dead fish,
I mean, I've still got
42 lost gems of Izalith.
I still gotta eventually
8,000
detail exactly all the shit that you
Eight-
guys found.
8,212 copper.
I mean, if we do that, we could just have a moment where if we stay the night somewhere, we can inventory it off screen.
Yeah.
Just to save us a little bit of effort there.
Well, you also have like
No,
magic
just
toys
in-
you want to play with, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the dungeon, just writing it down.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Best time. Best time, always.
We gotta inventory those 5 arrows that Sanita got shot with. They're ours now.
Technically, yes.
So, is it all loot we find, or just ones pertaining to their merchandise?
Basically, it's everything because if they send you
Okay.
somewhere normal and you come upon something weird. Like, we
Okay,
send them
well,
to
I
grab
just
some
did
crystals,
like
but they
that.
found some mysterious egg things that someone might be able to hatch or something like that. So it's just just write everything down. Sorry.
Just it's you never know what might be useful that other people know that you don't.
It's a blanket clause, yes.
Yeah.
Who's out north zombie dust and we think he found God? Do we inventory God?
We'll inventory the zombie dust, and then they'll probably be like, well, I guess it's gone now. God damn it. That's fine.
Like concept of bureaucrats coming to terms with a fucking deity. Like, god damn it, this is another one I have to file paperwork on.
But if we have an agreement, then you are now assigned to... brain. See, I came up with the name. The name was fine. Everything sounded okay. Then it came time to share the name. No, it wasn't even time to remember it. I had it written down. But then it came time to share it, and it went, that's stupid. And I went,
Gotta write it.
alright.
Welcome to my brain too. I know how you feel, man. Just go for it. Generally, it's not as stupid as you make it sound in your head.
That's always the case, because no matter what you name something, it's always fine. But it's just, it went wrong.
Okay.
You've already become acquainted with him. This here is Captain Clind.
Oh, I've got his name now.
And
Clint.
Clind.
Lind.
Clind.
I'll ask spelling later. Alright.
He's the one you will be, by and large, reporting for. He has other methods of communication with us. And at this point in time, you may either head back down to the ship, or you may go somewhere in town and have things looked at, do all that other stuff. And then return. Be here by nightfall. And you will be shuttled away on your next mission, which he will inform you of at the time.
Wait, tonight at nightfall.
Yes?
Okay, no, this is Matt asking, just clarification on that, because I think it was in the evening now.
It's been a few hours, but the days are long at this point in time.
Especially because we got in and got out, looks like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure on that part. So it's like, what, a little mid-afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit of time to get some things looked at, maybe get some things prepared for such an endeavor.
That's the idea, and I hope that we have a profitable relationship.
Hopefully gold is forthcoming and the items and treasures we seek are not difficult. Too difficult. If they weren't difficult, we wouldn't be needed. Can we get a little bit of a summary or an idea of the job we were preparing for before we do so? Or is that something the captain will inform us of?
You'll be informed whenever you return to the ship.
Okay. So, general preparations it is.
So anything that you would like to do with all of your money and time
Yeah. Yeah.
in Kingograd, the capital of commerce.
Well, first of all, we have 27,000.
Yes,
Just as a thought. So there's...
Did you guys divide the gold out?
not yet.
Well, no, we haven't had a moment of downtime.
I'm
We
gonna
have-
wait till we get to a safe space. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we can get a moment of privacy to sort the gold. And I'm just trying to think of... Well, there's 4 players and then Balin, because he did assist. So 5 people for 27,000 gold.
He's here too.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was here helping, so yeah, I'm counting him in it.
Does the
Let Matt
robot
do
get
that.
gold?
Here you go,
I think
buddy.
they're 5,400.
Robot gains currency.
5,400 gold, just to say, for each person.
That be our split.
Put it in, save it on your sheets. I will erase the big number.
How much?
5,400.
God damn.
Each? That's each. After I split it down for us.
5,000 helm?
400.
5,400. Jesus. So, after we leave the building, get a little bit off of the ways, I'd like to go through and investigate and check out the items we acquired. I particularly am interested in that odd crossbow device, just to see at least what it is. You seem to think, and look at Celine, you seem to think I need a weapon on me.
Well, you don't have one.
I've not needed one.
That's a lie.
You really should carry one.
Oh, that's why I'm at least investigating it instead of just brushing it off.
You know, this trident makes a
Anything-
good walking stick.
Do what?
This trident makes a pretty good walking stick.
It does, but it's not my style, I'm afraid. Does anybody want the trident, by the way?
Mm,
Doesn't do
Also,
anything,
good to
so
know,
it doesn't just
They
happen.
did not collect our potions, did they?
No.
Good. I was hoping that
Oh,
was the case.
who's
hold
that
on
has
to it. But you
So
might
many
need it.
potions.
Indeed. Okay. Take a little bit of time. Think we can investigate what we have. Do we need to go anywhere and get anything to prepare anything of the sorts?
Well, I imagine we might want to get some of this stuff identified. Or at least
That's what
someone
I
tell
was-
us how the fuck it works.
That's what I was thinking, but we need to see what we have in there. I mean, we kind of did just grab and run very quickly.
Yeah, you're right.
We didn't really see what we got.
Let's take a look at. Let's go somewhere discreet and take a look at what we got then.
We have some time. They said get there by nightfall, so we have a few hours at least.
Okay. Okie dokie. Looking over what Valen and Yorick managed to smash and grab.
Yep.
Valen pulls out a pouch of gemstones. It looks like a bunch of amethyst. A quick appraisal. And it looks like the mechanical gold worth is about... No, mechanical
Yeah.
gold worth, so I need to take it away from Kingo grad prices. But you're right, Brain. You're right. It looks like it's about 125 gold worth of amethyst stuffed. Mechanical prices.
But we're in King Ogre.
So you know you can upsell that to high hell.
Yeah.
Correct.
We gotta go sell those to the guys that deal with purple. They'll love more purple.
They probably would.
That's actually what I was thinking about too. Good thoughts.
Matt, do you want
Yeah.
to be the
I'm writing it down.
okay, the scribe?
Trust me, if there's bookkeeping going on, I usually end up doing it, so it's just habit
Now
now.
I've given you an in-game reason to do it.
This, however, was not part of that. I will be keeping a separate sheet for that.
Correct.
Let me go buy a little flip notebook just to be in character, and this is my inventory for our missions.
Valen pulls out a smaller box that he shoved in there, opens it up. It's an orb that looks very similar to the little lava thing that you have probably still in a potion vial,
Yep.
except it looks more electrical in nature.
Electrical orb. Does it shock me if we
Alright.
touch it?
Do you want to touch it?
I'm touching it.
It shocks you.
Okay.
I'll get another empty potion bottle. Okay, poke
Yeah,
it in.
let's say we'll shove it in another one, so if we can get somebody to look at these
Take
two.
4
while they
damage.
all have- Oh, shit! Ouch!
No touch.
Apparently, ouch!
Maybe I could get this in my axe or something.
Might carry enough of a charge to bounce up some.
Items of note that you guys got. He pulls out another box. He opens it. Inside is just like a necklace of some kind, but the box itself seems to be enchanted.
Necklace. In box. The box is enchanted.
Keep track of how many boxes we have too. We can sell the boxes.
Box. Is enchanted. You're laughing, but an enchanted lockbox is a hell of an item.
No, I meant the normal boxes.
Also true.
That's also true.
Look at this box we obtained from an undersea adventure at a lost shipwreckage.
Okay.
Look at this box.
I have necklace in a
Isn't
box
it
with
neat?
boxes enchanted. Yes, it is neat. But is it tough enough to act as garrote wire under duress?
Everything has to be kind of small. He pulls out another small box. Gets that opened up. Mundane box. Inside seems to be a strangely clockwork-looking dagger.
Clockwork dagger.
Ooh,
This
now that's
clockwork
something
dagger.
fancy right there.
I would love that.
You already have a dagger.
But I don't have a clockwork dagger.
Sir, don't take this wrong, but you're currently the most equipped individual in our group.
Yeah, we probably want to
Actually-
figure
I
out
got a
exactly what
dagger.
that can do later.
Valen has like
Absolutely.
100 dag.
I meant more
York.
towards the fanciful or enchanted variety.
York, this might be something for you, though.
Maybe.
Maybe
We'll see what it does. We'll see what it does.
I imagine though that
I'm
you'll
just saying,
see what
no
items
one
do
won.
after I give out items.
Yeah.
I'm writing an inventory list of what we grabbed, and then I figured we could go.
Right. Okie dokie. Continuing it along. Opens another small crate. Inside is a pair of spectacles.
Spectacle.
Well, those
Any,
probably do. Right?
Any like markings or anything that might give away a hint at a magical or enchanted nature?
Not obviously.
Okay.
Would you like to wear them?
It is odd that they're in their own. I'll set them on my eyes to try them. That was my next question.
They're cursed.
They might be.
Your eyes explode. No.
Oh shit.
You must wear glasses forever.
Okay. Putting them on. Looking around. You can see through the boxes.
X-ray?
Get extra specs.
X-ray specs?
Get extra specs.
Just
You
you
must
see him
use this.
stop. I have found power.
You must use this as responsibly and possible, and definitely not be a pervert.
Oh, trust me.
was the dagger.
Perverted knowledge is not what's coming to his mind. Fold them up, slide them on shirt. That bears for discussion later on which of us can use that the best. But I don't want to set them down because they are spectacles. I do not want to crush them. But you can see through at least boxes, I know, so at least certain layers of material.
From all that, you got one more actual item box. And inside of that, there's a third orb thing. Except this one looks all icy.
Oh, wait.
I know what I want. I want
I
this
just
made into a shield.
Hold on. I just had a thought. Pulling out the crossbow slash gut, like crossbow.
The weird handle thing that I couldn't figure out how to describe because it's a weird handle thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said it looked like it needed to slot in something. Looking at it, like any lashes related.
Investigation check.
Do any of these orbs fit in it? as an
Investigation check.
Just somebody
Wouldn't
want
that,
to.
wouldn't that
Oh,
just be trying to shove it in?
I'll help with the dagger.
Well, I'm looking to see if there's well, we're seeing what the dagger does before we hand it out to Usopp. You never know; it might actually not work well with.
Roll
you.
dice.
And I got one assistance. Plus what is not terrible. Pretty good, I think. Investigation plus 2, 18.
Okie dokie. You're fiddling around with it. You find a little slot in it that then you can move up, and inside looks to be a repository around the same size as those bead things.
Stone wall.
It looks like only one fits at a time.
I was figuring that. I know you said you might want these for a weapon or a shield, but what would I tell you if they fit with this thing that you guys were encouraging me to keep? I think
You said this one was cold?
it might be our ammo. It might be the ammo for it. Maybe a filter for it. I hope it's not like one shot for each thing. Hold on. Is there any? Are we in a, like? I was trying to say, is there a safe place to shoot this as something?
You're in a relatively secluded nook.
Can I take some like two arrows and just try to like chopstick pass it over to him into the slot thing?
Oh, I was just gonna sloop it up in one of our thinner tubes and then just roll it out into it.
Valen offers a mage hand.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
nice when I get one. Wait, do I have that? Have I just been an asshole to myself? No, I don't have that. I have message. That's the end character I was thinking of.
Valen offers a
destroy
mage hand.
Like, do enough damage to the mage hand to destroy it?
It's not a matter of that.
Okay, I didn't know. It's just let's see.
Which one?
Let's. Icy one. It was the last one we picked out.
Okay.
It's the only one I haven't hooked into anything yet. Let's just use the icy one because I still have the other two in vials.
Okay then, hold it still so I can get it in there properly. He puts the orb in, it slides down. And then you kind of close the hatchet thing over it. And then you feel a very slight, like a very slight hum / vibration from it.
I point at something fairly durable that probably won't be worrisome for my damage, and I try to shoot.
You try to shoot, nothing happens. Okay, define point. Like, is it just a very quick, like, foop toward it, or is it like slowly aim?
I'm not like a slow, steady, but like a fairly reasonable snap out and shoot.
Okay, so a snappy thing. At the direction where you think a projectile or like handle thing might be coming from, a lash of cold, like energy, goes out and hits a little bit elsewhere, and then
It
remains
does
there.
not hit what I'm aiming at, I assume.
What? No,
It does not hit what I'm aiming at.
because it's going with your momentum of the thing, so it can only go in a different direction.
Okay.
The lash remains active for about a minute, and then it turns off.
It's like a lash. Like there's like a line of energy going between me and it.
Yeah.
Looking it down, does it seem to like popping it? Does it look like it drained any of the charge of anything?
Would you like to try to lash again?
Yeah, let's check real quick.
You lash
Let's try
again.
to see if I can adjust. Let's see if I can adjust with what I saw last time to like maybe figure out how to aim a bit better to what I want.
You lash again, this time actually trying to use it as a lash. And attack roll? I'm pretty sure you can use dex on whips.
Yeah, whips are finesse. Yeah.
Lips finesse.
Shit, 21.
It connects and proceeds to just sit there and freeze the thing.
Interesting. Does it look like it continues? So like it hits and then just sits there.
It hits, just sits there on it, active, and the thing that it is actually like around continues to just get colder and colder.
Look over the other guys.
Alright.
That's vicious.
Alright, Jork. Never mind. I think we found your self-defense weapon.
I suppose so. You're gonna like just keep one in it for standard use, like quick use.
Does it have anything in there to hold the others?
No. It only accepts one at a time, and it doesn't have like a repository for other things.
So something to looking to maybe
Metal
something
rope.
hold them properly.
Yes. Metal
And
or
then
wood.
maybe some gloves, so I don't immediately hit myself with whatever it is. I can transfer.
Maybe some kind of small case for them that they fit nicely into that you could just open up and take out.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. But maybe there right now some gloves and maybe some leather to holster, the fashion a holster or something to strap on me with.
No attunement necessary magic item. Hooray.
Yeah, no kidding. Jesus Christ, this thing scares me.
But what damage?
But we can get that while
We'll find that out.
Yeah, we'll find that out
Okay.
later, I guess. We'll get that after we can get some of those materials like that while we get other things identified. And perhaps some magic potions bought, because I don't have any.
Okie dokie. So, it is now kind of late in the day for the actual humans. You guys have a fuck ton of money.
Mhm.
If you would like to all either have something done quickly or expedite it, because look at where you are.
Yep.
You guys probably have the means to do a whole hell of a lot with what you have. And then afterwards you guys are just heading to the boat and you're continuing on with what they're telling you to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
As
Okay.
far as I know.
So long as that is the case, I think it's safe to call it here. You guys can message me between now and next session, whenever exactly that is. Things you want done or taken care of that you can do in town with an outrageous amount of money. And the things that can all fit within the time limit you can basically have so long as you pay for it.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Is there anything else we need to do on screen?
On screen?
Can we get fucked up at a bar again?
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We just got some new toys. And we're leaving on a job here in a few hours.
They'll get to see the real show.
The real shit show. This is what you hired.
We're contracted. You're stuck with us now.
Okie dokie. If there is nothing else, tell me if you guys want to do any shopping things. This is Kingograd Capital. If you're looking for something and it exists, it's probably here. Welcome to level 6.
Is anyone opposed to selling? Is anyone opposed to selling the amethyst to our purple wizard friend?
I was gonna ask if we could as well, and I could just try to negotiate a good price out of it.
That's kind of a just yada yada take care of it, have money.
I think he was just asking you actively right now if neither party opposed it.
I'll say because I figured we were gonna say we're probably gonna split that money as well.
To just sell it, you guys think we're good to just anybody object? Yeah, to just selling and.
No, but you guys are leaving me on a cliffhanger, though.
What?
What's the dagger do?
We'll find out.
Would you like to investigate the dagger?
Hey, look at it this way. I'm cataloging it. Hold on. I'm cataloging it. As soon as he tells me what it is, I can message you on Discord.
Well, hold on. You're here. Play with the dagger. Investigation check. Whoever wants to actually play with it.
I want to play with it. Does anyone want to help me play with it?
Goblin wants another dagger.
Help him.
Alrighty, help this.
I'll give you an inspiration die too.
What is that, a D6?
A D8.
8.
Thank God for short rest recovery on inspiration die.
I thought you didn't get that till level 6.
You get that at level 5. And anyways, we are level 6, even if not.
So, Matt, with that D8, it went from 11 to a 19.
Okay.
Roll with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled shitty.
Okay.
You are playing with the dagger. You're playing with the dagger. You manage to find a button on it. You press the dagger, and you can feel something inside of it activate. And then the blade itself will kind of move outward and split, and then become a very quickly rotating circular saw.
Oh, so it's like a saw.
Jesus.
Yes.
Oh,
Is this basically like a ripper?
Kind of.
From...
Oh. Okay.
Who works best with basically a saw dagger? That's something we can debate for next time.
But
I'm pleased.
Oh, that's so cool.
okay. That makes session.
Self-promotion.
Well, there's self-promotion, and there's also shit went wonky a couple times during the actual stream, so I don't want to cut it off just yet. I'm going to try to find exactly where the fuck we are, but I can't because we only use a static image, so I need to see if there's, like, any videos that have been made of it. Because I want it to all be saved as one chunk, because I didn't think about it fucking up.
Well, guys. Fair.
Alright,
So,
Matt, I should definitely take Blinding Smite, right?
kind of vamp for 10 minutes, or not even 10 minutes, just like 5 or 6 if you can, just to be safe. The streaming session's over, it's just for the sake of not losing anything.
Okay, we can do that. So we have a necklace in a box. The necklace wasn't magical last from what was said, but the box was.
Yep.
So unless somebody wants a fancy necklace, we could just try possibly jack it off for some coin. Throw it out into the stores for some coin.
Anywhere else, you could probably make about 100 gold. It's a pretty nice necklace. Here, you can easily turn that into 1,000 if you sell it right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's the highest charisma.
Really crazy.
You're about to be a merchant.
I don't have the highest charisma, but I have good persuasion proficiencies.
I do. Oh wait, do I?
I have a decent charisma. I think I have like a 7. 15.
In all
charisma.
fairness, like, so my charisma, not good. For some reason,
I got-
my persuasion, +5.
I got the +4 on the charisma and the persuasion.
I got plus. Yeah, I think I have the best persuasion. I took most of the charisma skills. If you guys aren't aware yet.
Honestly, my worst skill, I thought, normally I dump charisma, like, as my
Yeah,
bad
my
skill.
persuasion's just
Strength
good.
is my bad skill. Rocking 11. Who's up? Not a strong boy. Very
And I had
tough.
negatives before. I had negatives before I applied stat bonuses. Damn.
I had 2 negatives before I applied stat bonuses.
Some people get all the luck, but that's okay. The dagger sounds like a buzzsaw. I feel like we'd have to test it to see how it works best, to see who it goes best with.
It doesn't seem like a throwing contraption.
I was about to say, like, what does it seem like if, like, we tried to throw this thing? Like,
It may be messy.
uh,
It's not weighted right for that.
it just kicks on, starts. all
Now,
over
if
the
it's
place.
not on,
Yeah.
if it's not on, it works as a normal dagger. So everything a normal dagger does, that thing can do. But whenever it is on, it does a little bit different stuff.
What I can
Okay.
do? Well,
We have spectacles that see through walls and shit.
We gotta test the range of that.
Yeah, let's say we could. I could have that as something we do for time frame because I don't have as much to do.
Only about 20 feet.
20 feet range. That's still pretty good. X-ray specs. 20 feet. Can I ask about a rough range on the whiplash device? Is it just a whip? It's like it's a 10-foot reach.
It just does whip range.
So 10-foot reach.
But you don't feel like you're concentrating whenever it's on.
Yeah, which is nice. I'm not complaining. So for me, that's a 15-foot reach. Because bugbear gorilla arms. Which is really nice.
Matt, roll your health die.
Oh shit, roll my health die. Well, that depends. No, it doesn't. It's the same either way.
wait, did I miss? Did we level up?
We leveled up.
Oh shit, I didn't even hear that. God damn it.
Level 6. Level 6. Level 2.
Did you get 2?
No, I got lower.
A 1?
I got a
Oh
1.
shit.
You can re-roll those.
I know. Holy shit. This is the first time I've gotten a semi-decent roll on a die. I got a 6 on the die.
So do you think you
That
can
is what-
handle one shrimp punch?
No.
No.
Alright.
No. 6 plus 1 is 7. I got 7 extra HP this round. Holy shit.
Let's-
Good job, buddy.
I don't think you guys understand. I'm finally at 39. I'm not even at 40 and I'm level 6.
Wait, what are you at?
I'm at 39 hit points.
So I'm close to doubling you now.
You were still bullying me before.
I rolled a 5, so I got 12.
What are you at now?
76.
Yeah, you're literally 2 from doubling my health.
It's nice adding +7 to whatever I roll for health.
No kidding.
People that aren't exactly getting explicitly magic items from like the drops. You're in Kingograd. Be imaginative.
Time to buy it.
You have a lot of money.
This is,
Nope.
this is the place you can buy it. Something to consider for next time, though.
Well, no,
So that's good.
buying things is between now and next session. Next session we kick
Well,
off.
I mean, like
elsewhere.
for, but yeah, but for being prepared, I guess that would be better to say.
Yeah.
In preparation for next time.
I'll
Better.
message you eventually, Eric.
Okay. If I get no messages, I assume that you're fine with what you have, and you just have like a sandwich and head back to the boat.
Everybody just goes, all right, here you go. We can.
I just eat my amulet. Let's see what happens. Just eat the green goo and see what happens.
I'm not gonna stop you. You may. It'll be interesting.
This lash thing's so cool. Did we try to identify your green gooply goop?
It refused.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
failed.
I thought, but I wanted to make sure.
And level
But his
6
mom
is
did tell you,
not-
hey, careful with that.
Am I allowed to go to bed?
You're allowed to go to bed.
You may go to bed.
This is just us at least vamping a little bit for him to keep time for him. You can go to bed if you wish. We just need to
My
get
My magical item I can throw on the ground and it might kill all of us. Who knows?
Or just
Jeez,
sit
I
there
wasn't
sad and
expecting-
broken.
By the way, thank you, Eric, for catching me off guard. I was expecting like elemental gun.
No,
Going to bed.
it is elemental, but no.
I was getting my hopes up as you were describing the beads, being able to go get them crafted into something.
I mean, if you wanted to, you can. It's just they already have a ready-built thing.
I'm not saying we can't do it. I just say we do have a use for it. We could make multiple
Yeah.
uses for it. I could study this and see what I could do with it later.
Yeah, we can get other things slotted for it.
Makes me wonder if how this would work with some of the runic effects that we were talking about. Now I have 2 research projects that aren't just storytelling.
I don't know, maybe if we find Jack, he'll be able to tell us.
Because you've been talking about runes, and that seems important, so that's on Yorik's head, and now we have this thing, which is really fucking cool. I was not expecting a whip that lashes onto people.
Yeah, it's absolutely just a witch bolt equivalent.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess when it happens, it'll be like a D4 round, but still, being able to latch that on and forget.
I mean, they're probably
Like,
going to
if I
come try and beat
like,
the
if
shit
I
out
hit
of you if you latch onto them, but...
Correct.
Hit something and back out of range, does it break?
Playing with it,
We'll
yes.
find out.
Okay.
Well, that he can do it with,
he's saying we
like,
have some
a
time.
vase.
That's why. Yeah, he's saying we have some time.
But-
That's why I'm trying.
But Matt, I can now protect you from all slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage of -3 damage.
Oh, man.
That's actually really helpful still.
Yeah,
Especially since I can cut damage as well.
I mean it's every hit that follows that type. So
Well, I
Magic
can
or
only
not,
do it for
okay.
one round.
That's probably enough for it to have caught up to whatever it lost, and I need to figure out why it did that.
wait, Eric, it's not enough. You didn't suffer from.
Why, though? I don't wanna.
So you can make money off of this and do better production. And do
Yeah,
better.
yeah, I know. But promoting to no one is not promotion.
No,
Take to Twitter.
And post to no one.
Hey, but it's a start. It's gonna start
what
like
you-
that, but you can work up.
that's what you guys can do when you guys all go to Matt's house. You
Oh,
can just
no.
make social media to spread the word.
Day 3 of Eric hating himself. Okie dokie.